course, you can read them because they've been allowed to keep their names.
Actually, they can't see them anymore. It's the
Oh,
overlay's been changed a bit. I need to make a final part of the overlay. I did some edits to the overlay for anyone who
okay.
watched us
Well,
before, but I will add the name tags later.
okay. Well, we are live, and if you will all remember, last time the players made it to the capital city of Rio, and while there, they were taken to due to the general's signet that they were given, and the Emperor's mercy seen on Lilia's hip, they were all given a house in the Cloud Ring of the city, the southern side, and they were told that it would take 2 weeks for their audience in order to get access to the Imperial Palace's uh, libraries. However, there is a party that's coming up in 2 days where they will get a chance to meet and hobnob with people and who knows, maybe throw a little bit of influence around, is what they were told. But going through official channels would take 2 weeks. But during this time, they all decided to go out, buy a few things. Zilvra, disguised as a high elf, went and got some clothing fitted for her. Everyone else, while the other two, Adria and Lilia, decided to go out and uh, search for music, just so they could try and end this search right away. Well, that didn't pan out. As they went into town, Zilvra wanted to get a mechanical leg made for Adria, who had lost hers fighting the Bone Claw. While they were there, they accosted 7 thugs, who were part of the Sharp Scale gang. And after this very, very easy fight for them, as they're normally above such trivialities as small-time gangsters, uh, they were able, after they dispatched them, they found out that some children had been kidnapped and the sharp scales were suspected as well. Having gone and visited the children's families, they discovered that these kids were both part of the alchemy club in their local school, and they had just won the championship and were actually heading up to another one that included the upper ring students as well. So, well, after that, they have one day left until the party itself starts, and that is where we'll pick up tonight.
Yay!
So, as it is, you guys all wake up to a beautiful morning, and so it's while the sun rises very clear, you can see that there is a light drizzle outside. It's a very small sun shower.
Hmm. It's a beautiful day then.
So, what do you all do?
So I'm assuming I have my clothes, right? Did the other two buy their?
Everyone's had a long rest, by the way.
Oh, perfect. Have I restored my
Okay.
HP yet? I didn't. Oh yeah,
No, you did not.
I forgot after getting hammered by hammer.
Yes, you got hammered by the hammer.
It hurt. It almost killed me right away.
Yeah,
That's what I get for back talking people, but I'll continue to do it no matter what because that's me.
yes. Apparently. So,
I'm just trying to think. Oh yeah, also during this time, would Silver have found out if light colored kitsunes are allowed or are like more accepted here, or if it's just the dark ones, or if she's just screwed all around as a kitsune?
you haven't seen any kitsune around, and you didn't make any inquiries yesterday.
I I did say that I was telling you this during downtime kind of thing, so I couldn't find anybody that could have told me this, like even like wandering around asking some people or talking
Well,
to
if
them.
you'd like to do that today, you can.
Okay, yeah, then I'll start doing that. I'll start kind of.
Okay, make me a persuasion check.
I'm good at these. Nat 20. Started
Okay.
up strong. God.
Uh, so you're wandering around town, trying to find someone to talk to who looks like they would be someone you could actually talk to about this. Who are you taking with you, by the way?
I'll probably take not Shiba. Which is the other one? I'm horrible. Sasumi.
Sasumi?
I
Yeah.
remember her name now. Sasumi.
Okay. So you take Sasumi with you,
And I'm also
and
wandering around. Oh, I want to make it clear. She's not as a kitsune currently. She's in her elf form,
Elf. Okay.
which is honestly very much like her right now, just without the tail or ears.
Or fur.
Or obviously.
So you're wandering around town and you decide it's been about an hour. You haven't really found anyone to ask, and you realize that you're no longer in the Cloud Ring. You've wandered somehow all the way to the Northern Pine Ring, taking small little trains here and there. But you've just been looking and asking people, and no one's been giving you a solid answer. However, now that you're in the Pine Ring, you see that most of the buildings here in the northern side seem to be ramshackle, as if they had all collapsed at some point and were rebuilt with the scraps of what had collapsed, but no new material. So, as you're wandering through there, uh, make me a perception check.
I'm not so good at these. You're not gonna believe me, but it's another nat 20.
Oh, yes, you're getting rid of these early on. Thank
I
you.
know. I
That
know.
makes me happy.
I mean, granted, I didn't. I rolled one nat 20 during my campaign earlier, so
Oh,
I've been banking them.
yeah. So you notice out of the corner of your eye some movement. Now, you haven't seen too many people around here, at least this part of the Pine Ring. This could be one, this looks that it may be one of the abandoned quarters. However, that that movement you saw out of the corner of your eye, you can't quite place what it was, but you know there was movement. Are you going to follow it?
Yes.
Okay. So you follow after it, and you catch a few more glimpses of it. Susumi is having to run to keep up with you. She doesn't appear to be she doesn't appear to be as physically fit as any of you are, or at least used to this type of travel.
Mm-hmm.
But finally, after a few twists and turns, you come across the shadowed movement as instead of going away from you, it it flies in front of you. You're about to make a turn down an alley when it flies out the other way in front of you, and you see the kitsune that's about 3 feet tall, and it is giggling hysterically.
Oh.
Make me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, it's adorable. Kitsune.
This one has a light tan color to it.
Oh, cool. That one is a dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
I'm
So
rolling too
you
well.
are
It's about
you
to go off
stum-
the rails.
you stumble back in just enough in time to avoid getting knocked over by another three kitsune chasing after that one. One of them is a light yellow, one's a
Oh,
medium yellow. These two look to almost be siblings. They look so similar.
I'm so
And then
happy right
one of them is a dark brown.
now. Oh,
They're all roughly about 3.5 feet tall, giggling hysterically and chasing the first one. And from the way that you can, from at least the tones in their voices, it seems to you that they were chasing each other playfully.
is you said Sasumi was a little slower, right?
Yes, Sasumi has yet to catch up with you. She's just rounded the last corner. She's about 50 feet away from you.
Okay. Zilver will kind of watch them And kind
Also
of,
because you can use dash as a bonus action.
yeah, I can run very fast.
Yeah,
Gotta
you're
go
you're a
fast.
sc- you're a scurrier. She's an academic.
I am not an academic. I mean, I guess I say that, but I am the smartest one in the group, I think.
Al has his moments,
Al has
but
this.
go on.
All right, she'll honestly, she'll kind of just watch them with a bit of amusement because it makes her
Uh,
smile.
they start wrestling with each other. Occasionally, what two of them will break off while another two still continue to wrestle, and it's never the same two who are always wrestling with each other. And uh, after a few minutes, you hear a shout from a different alleyway, and they all stop roughhousing, quickly stand up, pat themselves down, and stand there almost to attention as you see a taller kitsune. She's about 5'7", come out, walks up to them, plants both of her hands on her hips in that almost universal gesture of motherly disappointment.
Oh,
Lola probably knows that gesture.
I'm sure I've seen this on when Lily has done it.
Oh yeah.
Well, you've seen this more when Lilia's mother has done this.
Let's
Ah, called out.
Yeah.
You're a. Do you know what George is saying here, Kat? He's calling you out. He's saying you're a bad parent.
No. I never said that about
Yeah, that's
Lilia.
not old enough to do a whole bunch of stuff to ruin that.
So
Yeah. Iante's not old enough for her to have to do that yet.
Yet.
Lilia, on the other hand, is old enough
always.
for her mother to still do that to her. So, yeah, you see this, and they don't seem to, as the mother's admonishing them, and they're all talking back, kind of lying what they were doing. You can just tell this by their body language. An insight check for this is DC 3.
Okay.
Don't roll a 1.
I succeeded it. I rolled an 8.
Good.
I was
Because
close.
These are young kids. They are not well versed in lying, at least not to one of their own kind. However, after a few moments of admonishing them, she sighs, rubs their heads, and you can tell this one, she has a light golden color to her. She looks as if she's the mother of the two yellow ones. She currently has 2 tails. The other ones each have 1. But she looks over at you. She looks up and notices you. And you get the slightest feeling that she flinched ever so slightly. If you weren't staring at her, you wouldn't, intently, you would not have noticed her flinching slightly.
Is that so? Would I get that to the fact that maybe she's sensing I'm Kitsune as well, or because I am altered self?
Yes, you
Okay.
are altered self, but she barely flinches at you, looks, and she says something to you. Sasumi, by this point, has caught up. She wants to know if any of them. She wants to know if any of them were bothering you.
Silver would just smile and shake her head and say, "No, they're all fine."
She translates that back, and the woman's even more confused now because you have someone talk. Hold on. Yeah, because you didn't speak directly to her. You spoke to someone else, who then spoke back to her. She immediately gets down and bows and makes her children bow as well.
Oh.
Look, this is. Do you want me to explain the situation to her?
Yes,
I think
please
she
do.
thinks you're one of the royalty.
Yeah, please. I do not want to be mistaken for
Sasumi-
that.
Sasumi goes over and speaks with the woman. Let's see, how well does she do? Wow. It takes her a good 4 minutes to convince the woman to stand back up and for the
Aw.
children to stand back up.
I'm picturing her just like, no. She just can't speak the language.
Yeah, that's what she's saying the whole. She's trying to convince her the whole time, and it's taking a while for the kitsune to accept it. But finally, after a few minutes, she does accept it and gets up. However, she's still looking at you very, very worriedly.
Can I tell why? Can I insight this? Can I do something? I don't know.
Yes, you may make an insight check.
Okay, good. That is a 16.
16. Well, you really haven't seen kitsune around here before, and especially even in any of the other towns that you were at, you didn't see any kitsune. However, you realize you stuck most to the most traveled places in those cities, and here you're in the Pine Ring. This is the second lowest ring of the city, and it looks as if this place is still a disaster zone. And the way that everyone's behavior, at least towards you as a kitsune, being negative, you think that, I mean, you look like an elf
Currently.
in this city, and from the way that these kitsune are living, you don't think that people come down here slumming a lot. Or the phrase slumming comes to mind with you being down there.
Okay. Kind of curious on how, like, do they look like they're in need of, like, money or something like that?
So they all do look a little bit, they all look dirty, as if dirty is almost a constant state of being for them.
Okay.
Like you can tell what colors their fur is supposed to be, but if there was one who was white, they would always be gray. But their clothing is heavily patched for it, and the children, now that you get a closer look at them, actually the children and the woman, they all do seem to be thinner than average. At
Okay.
least you're not quite sure what average for a kitsune is. However,
Because
if
I have
you
the same proportions as when I was a drow, so.
However, when taking a look at Ray, or at least how Ray is, because she's a healthy size and weight, they seem to be a bit slimmer than she is
Uh-huh.
in terms of fox.
Silver would look to Sasumi and ask her, could you ask them if they need any help at all?
She asked that question, and the expression on the mother's face turns from one of concern to one of almost insulted pride.
Oh.
She lets out a and basically corrals the children and starts walking away.
Okay. Silver will take that and just be like, okay, I guess she'll understand in a way because she's a very proud person, but she now knows at least, and she also has a goal in her mind at least from this. So
Okay.
she'll head back.
Okay. During this time, it's gonna take Zilver about 3-4 hours to do all of this, mainly travel. What are the rest of you doing?
Lola had trouble realize, oh shit, we're going to the first party. I should probably see if I can get something to wear
Yeah.
at last minute because it's Lola.
Okay.
She's not good at this whole thinking things really events thing.
No, she is not. So, make me a investigation check, both of you.
Investigation of
Ew.
24.
Okay, so both of you are able to find some fairly nice clothing shops. However, there's only enough time to pick out one of the pre-made items and have it slightly adjusted to your size. There's not enough time to get anything custom made.
Okay, that's fine. Too bad I can't use that dress that I wore for the previous dancing party.
Because you left it at home.
No, because one of them was
Oh yeah, you were
She was-
pregnant.
pregnant.
You're pregante.
Let's
I forgot you were
If you wa-
pregnant.
If you want, you may attempt to have that one altered.
Oh, yes.
So you bring your maternity dress to them, and
I
Okay.
so
Okay.
the tailor looks at it, looks at you, and just without saying a word at all takes all of your measurements to do this. Make me an insight check.
Okay.
What'd you get?
11?
Well, okay. The tailor's just very okay. I've just got to do this. Get this done quickly. There's a lot to do.
Okay, that's fine.
So, what about you, Adria?
She's just gonna pick out a pre-made one and have it tailored because she left her other one at Norse's house. So she didn't want to she didn't think she needed it and just take up space.
if only we had a bag of holding.
Yeah, I didn't think.
No, Zilver left her nice dress at home too, but granted, that was before she was a kitsune.
Yeah.
Okay. So, you're gonna get one of the pre-made ones.
Mhm.
What are you wearing as you head off to this?
Clothes, I'm hoping?
Probably my traveling clothes, like the dress that she always wears.
The red dress
Okay.
that's showing on the screen currently.
Yeah.
And you guys can't see it, I don't think, but it's rotating through that one.
Okay.
But I think it's too worn and probably everything
Uh,
actually wear.
Yeah, well, no, the traveling clothing, like that's fine there. Okay. So, yeah. You pick out one of those dresses. So the alterations are going to cost you Silver, I said your dress was going to be 100,000 yen.
I don't remember.
Okay.
I
The
think that sounds right, though.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. So the alterations to your dress, Lilia, because it was just made of a regular silk, is going to be 20,000 yen.
How much is that?
20 gold.
20 noble, 20 royals. And for Adria, it's going to be, because it's one of the pre-made ones, done that, but they're going to have to alter it to you. That's going to be 40,000 yen. But they will all be done for tomorrow when the party is.
Also, I have a thing for when when Silver comes back. She is actually wanting to go to the clothes store as well.
Okay. So, the fitting doesn't take the full 4 hours for it, so what do you wish to do with the rest of your time?
Let's just hang around together.
Okay. So,
Okay.
you hang around till Zilver gets back? So, what did you want to do at the store, Zilver?
So, Zilvra wants it slightly refitted a little bit to a lighter kitsune form she is currently now wearing. She looks like herself kitsune form, tails and all, but a lighter coloration of one. Because she made up her mind about something, and...
So you go in to do this, and as you walk into the clothing shop, the proprietor there just gives you this glare.
Zilver just
He wants to know what you're doing here.
She says...
Silver, you idiot, boss. Haven't we done this before?
Zilvra is not giving a shit. Not gonna lie. She's tired. She wants to make a point, more or less. At least she's not looking evil this time. Zilvra will say back, tell him I'm looking to get an alteration done.
He says that he's never put in an order for you.
She'll say, just tell him I have the dress and I would like it fitted to me.
Make me a persuasion check. And I'm going to let you do this rather than having Sasumi do this.
27.
27. It still looks as if someone stuck something very unpleasant under his nose as he glares at you, but holds it out. But he takes the measurements quickly and asks you when you need it done by.
She'll say tomorrow.
Okay, so paying for alterations.
It wouldn't be that much because she, like I said, she kept all of her proportions except she more or less like removed her tail and ears.
Yeah. So, but because of the fur and stuff, there is gonna still have to be some alterations to the way it sits and all that. He looks. He says a number. Sasumi turns to you. He says it's going to be 30,000 yen.
Okay, she'll pay that.
Make me a perception check.
Okay. That is a 15.
You notice that when you just immediately accept it, the proprietor seems a little surprised right away, but is more than happy to take it.
Okay. And she'll leave.
Okay.
Tails swishing. Do you guys want to know what Zilver has decided? That she is going to become famous so that kitsunes don't have a bad name anymore.
Aww.
Aww, that's cute.
That is.
Hey, at least I have a life goal more than taking care of my kid.
Yeah! That means I'm back in the world, you even! Also, her life goal isn't just taking care of her kid, it's showing up her dad, so...
I mean, she has done a bad job. She hasn't even seen her dad yet. We've met my mom twice. Or no, once. And my brother once.
Yeah, and look how that went.
I mean, they ran away, and they ran away. As the British would say. She's frozen. It's really funny. It looks like I've stunned you into silence, Cat.
So, now that you're all back together, what are you going to do?
So you guys, also Adria, and obviously, you notice Silver comes back looking like a golden version of herself now.
What did you do?
I went.
You didn't get in trouble again, did you?
Not yet, at least.
Good.
I'm getting insights at this.
Good. 'Cause
I don't believe her. Okay, that's a 17. Lola gives Zova a hard look. Like she looks into her fucking soul. And she's like, alright. But I'm watching you.
Will it be okay if you walk around like that?
Silver says, I don't care if it's. I'll be alright. We can just work with what we have. She'll just kind of sigh. She's like, I'm not going to let that scare me off of being what I am now, I guess. I don't know.
Lola puts her hands to her temple and rubs them and is like,
Also, when she's.
somehow you are a bigger head than my toddler who has a dragon.
Also, to note, once she's inside, she turns back into her normal self.
So once you're... Yep. Okay. So you're all back inside. Is there anything else you wish to do for the day?
Do we want to go to the police station, or should we do that after the party?
Alright.
Wait, what do we need to go to the police station for?
Talking to them
Oh, yeah.
about the disappearance.
The
of
thing I don't
kid.
know about. Because you guys didn't tell me yet.
Oh yeah, I don't think you told you yet.
You guys abandoned.
Right.
Not only did you guys not tell me, you guys abandoned me and made me walk home. You did. You left without saying anything.
You were in there
You
and
can handle yourself.
you told me not to go in.
Yeah, I wanted a surprise, but you didn't. You're just like, all right, I'm just gonna disappear, not tell anybody anything, not tell Susumi where we're going, or not Susumi, Shiba where we're going. Just run
Shiba
away.
was in there with you, and I tried to tell Ray, but you
And-
guys said it wouldn't work.
I guess I can't understand Ray if I'm not actively paying attention to her. Also, the moment you move out of range, I can't tell anything.
But Lola doesn't give a fuck what we got from God to tell you.
All right, well, hey, Silver will be like, why do you need to go to the police station? Did you guys get in trouble? She'll look to Lilia. Did you get in
No.
So
trouble?
like, why do you look at me? People respect me here. I love this boys.
She says, no, they respect the sword, not you.
I'm wearing the sword, so
And also, I mean, is the sword? Are you wearing the sword, or is the sword wearing you?
I'm probably wearing her. I'm probably wearing you. It says in your mind.
yes, you.
Yes, I love it. You got your
I will
mental.
not be silenced by you. I will stop speaking because I'm bored now.
I love him so much.
Y'all can't hear this.
I just picture,
It's just like, what is everyone sassing me today?
because you're always sassing us.
Zilva, you get the feel of a chuckle from your ring.
Tee.
God. This is why you shouldn't have sentient accessories.
No,
They'll turn against
this
you.
this is why we should have sentient accessories.
Shut up, problem child.
I mean, that could be both of you.
We are both the problem child.
Al's hand gives a little. I'm not the problem child anymore.
You're a close second.
Hey, still not first. Second's the best,
I mean, yeah,
and first is the worst.
we're definitely the worst.
Let's
Isn't
just
that
go
right,
to
Lilia?
a fucking police station.
All right.
On the way, I'll tell
And
Zilva.
Zilver will again use disguise self to transform herself into or not disguise self, sorry, alter self to be a golden kitsune.
Okay. So you head back down to the police station in the South Oak Ring, and there the guards, you see some of the sharp scales that you had fought are currently in the cells there, and there are a few people working at desks around, and one person who looks like they're at a front desk.
Okay.
Should probably
No
go
one
to
no one specific no one seems to approach you as you enter. The person at the front desk looks up but they're still about a good 20 feet away from you. You guys are just in the doorway.
Well, yeah, we'll walk right up to the person at the front desk to be, well, who do we talk to about missing children? As soon as I realized she does not speak Eastern Common,
Yes, so
she not.
the dwarf at the desk just looks at you.
And
just shakes his head
Right.
and goes back.
Damn it.
Shiba walks up and starts talking to him. And now that Shiba's talking to him and he can actually understand, the dwarf seems to come to attention and looks at you. He wants to know who specifically is missing. You can't just say there are children missing.
We got the names of the missing kids, right?
I think
Yes,
so.
you did.
Well, I will repeat their names then. I wrote because I have a terrible memory.
It's a memory.
So you pass the names along, and the dwarf gets off his chair, goes back to some files, opens them, and looks into them. After a few moments, pulls one of them out, comes back. It looks like he's saying that they already know about these two kids, the disappearance of these two kids, and it's currently under investigation. There were
Hello, thinking.
Do 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 do.
What'd you
Will
say?
not help me.
Yeah, it looks like they've all been. There have been quite a few disappearances lately, and they're trying to investigate them all.
How many? Are they all missing children?
Asks. No, there are 17 missing people. Only 2 of them are children. 4 are adults, and well, 11 of them they're not quite sure, but they know that all of these ones who have disappeared around the same time are, well, they're street beggars.
And the adults? Are they also street beggars?
No. They have 6 confirmed kidnappings. 2 are the children, and 4 are adults. But there are also 11 people who are gone, who have disappeared, who they believe, in the way that they've disappeared, may be connected to the kidnappings. But these 11 that they're unsure, the reason they're unsure is because they don't have an actual home. They're street beggars. The other 6
Yes, I'm asking.
are confirmed.
I'm asking what the other 4 confirmed do.
Oh, those ones, see, 3 of them are day laborers, and one of them is a. One of them is a. Not how do you say that? Carpenter. There.
Fuck, my theory.
Well, what was your theory?
Well, the 2 children were part of the alchemy club at the school, and we found that thing. This is Aaron game talking. We found that thing from the shark scales about alchemy, right?
Yes, that they were looking for an alchemist.
Yeah. So my theory was that the children with their knowledge in regards to alchemy, though why take the fact that they took a bunch of J-Lamers in a carpenter as well is
Maybe they're trying to build something.
Yeah, maybe they're trying to build something. I mean,
And the street beggars are like guinea pigs.
yes.
Well, so far, the I mean, they have the names, and he points to the guy points to a map and looks in. Well, it looks like they're all within this small area here. That's where they all lived.
Guys, wait, I've seen so many crime dramas. I know how to do it. You just take pins and you put the location where each is taken on the map, and with that, you find the
I feel like this is
zone, and they'll live
this is actually
in the
Lilia
middle of
talking
it.
about this too. Lilia's actually saying this, and everyone gives her the blankest look. What's a crime drama?
That would be incredibly meta and incredibly funny, but no. This is a crackhead killing, though.
Alright. Well, so far kind of look. What do you think we should do, guys?
Hello. Excuse me. Hello?
Hello?
Yes?
Hello.
Yeah?
I see what to do about missing people. Likely taken by a bunch of scumbags.
Find the scumbags?
Yes, thank you. Let's call it a revolutionary idea.
Hey, you're the one asking. I thought I'd give you an answer. Ask a stupid question, get a stupid answer? One of those kind of things?
The crime scenes would already be clean, so I don't think we'd find any in it.
Yes. From what it looks like, they've all been kidnapped during some time in the last 2 weeks or so.
Yeah. I don't think there'd be anything there.
So yeah, maybe we should just head there and wander around, guys.
Yep. But before they do that, Laura just gives it pointing look at the sharp scales in the shell. And she just gives him a and gives them the fuck you smile. Yeah, you guys, the message is fuck you. And then she'll turn around and leave.
Okay, so you guys head out to the to check the areas where you don't know necessarily where most of them were kidnapped, but you at least know where most of them live. And looking around there, there's a different town square that seems to be in the middle of it, or at least that's basically the center, the closest to a center that you're going to find.
Alright.
So this square, on one side there is a large tavern inn, as well as a it's basically a night house as well. On the other side of the square there's a small theater. On the northern side of the square are a few shops, and on the southern side is a small bank, as well as a small municipal building.
Alright. Let's see. Can we possibly find the where the carpenter went?
Yeah, the carpenter doesn't work too far away, about 3-4 blocks over.
Alright?
So, what do you want to do there?
I would like to ask questions about the worker, like just the sharp skills, like have they come around and been causing them any trouble? Because
Ma-
we saw what they did to the guy at the jewelry. So, I don't know anything.
Okay, so give me a persuasion check.
You're good at this too.
That is a 23.
Yeah.
And that's
20.
Mhm.
Okay, so you're able to talk to them enough that they tell you the sharp scales haven't come around their workplace, but when the subject on the worker is broached, some of them seem a bit evasive. However, you finally get to one of them who, when you press him for it, it admits that this carpenter, he had been on the verge of losing his job due to a drug addiction.
Alright. Did you know if he had any ties to the sharp scale at all?
The person who you're talking to, he says that he didn't know if he had any connections to the sharp scales at all. All he knows is that that man had a drug problem, and it seemed to be getting better. His work and his attendance were improving, but that's just about it.
Do you have any friends or family nearby? Well, by chance?
Well, yes, he does have, or he does live nearby. Apparently, he didn't talk too much about his family here.
Alright. Well, thank you so much for your time.
So, where are you going to head off to?
I feel like this whole thing is just Lilia doing all the talking and Zilver and Andrew just sitting beside each other, just cuddling.
Basically.
Oh, cat.
And
Ow.
Al is just like floating off.
Actually, Al hasn't floated off. What he's done is he's hung himself on. He's basically sitting on Susumi's pack that she has on her back.
Now I'm picturing us now.
You
Every time.
know?
Actually, he's hung himself from the pack just because he realizes that
He's like Caddy's like a cell phone charm, but for the
Yeah.
bag. Also, I picture us also now at some point when if he tries to float off, we're like gonna attach a string to him and treat him like a balloon.
Yeah.
You know that
At some
imagery.
point you could.
You know
Yeah.
that imagery is hilarious.
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, I guess we should continue on. Lilia? Let's head
Yep.
there.
Let's go. That's a great question.
You're the one who's leading this investigation, I guess.
I am.
Yep, you're. So
Well,
get to it.
just momentarily think that wouldn't last still.
Sleep with Adria. Or sleep with Lilia. My brain went off there. Sleep with Lilia. That is what would. My response was, what would. My brain went to, what would Zilver do? Penny's dying in silence there.
Oh no! Let's see, okay, we talked to the carpenter. I don't know where the day laborers exactly went. Do we know where the day laborers went?
The day laborers?
Yeah.
I mean, you may be able to figure that out from their last job, but you can't be. Actually, no. The police files, when they gave you that, they gave you the addresses of where everyone lived. Not where everyone was kidnapped from, but but all of the kidnapped victims lived. Or the confirmed kidnapped victims lived. And they gave you a general location of where the missing homeless people normally spent their time. So you guys already know the addresses.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Great. We're going there.
Okay. To which place?
So they're running a busty day laborers.
Okay. So you head off to. You have to be specific. There are multiple places you can go. So you head off to one of the day laborers where they lived, and they live in a small apartment. It's basically 2 rooms. And when you get there, you can see that the landlord is trying to unlock the door.
Oh. Alright.
They're having a difficult time as the door either the key isn't working or the door is jammed. You're not quite sure which, but you see the landlord fiddling with the key and ramming his small shoulder against the door.
I feel like Zilver's gonna step up and just say, do you need a little help there? Actually, she'll look to Susumi. Can you ask them? I remembered. She'll look to Susumi and ask and say, can you ask them if they need some help getting in?
The old man glares at you. He wants to know why we're asking if he needs help.
Zilver will look to Lilia. To Lilia. You give her the answer.
We're looking for information about what could have happened to your tenants.
He looks closer at all of you, glaring.
Does he see?
He's just glaring. He's glaring at all of you. He sees the Emperor's Mercy at your side, Lilia, and he gives a start. He's about to give a derisive grunt to you, but it strangles in his throat, and it almost looks like he's about to keel over from a closed throat and just suffocating. But he finally waves you over to the door and takes a step back.
All right, Zilver will produce her thieves' tools.
Okay, make a sleight of hand check, or actually make a check with your thieves' tools.
Which is pretty much sleight of hand, isn't it?
Yeah, might as well be.
Okay, so that is an 18.
18. The door does not open.
Do I get the feeling like it's not the lock that's holding it closed? It's something barring it from the inside?
It feels as if that the lock may be holding it closed, but as you're working it, you get the sensation that there's something up with the lock.
Okay. Zilver will look to Sasumi again and say, "Tell him there's something strange going on with the lock. Is there another way in?"
There is the window.
Actually, Zilver will look and pause for a moment and say, "Tell him I can get in there, and I will repair the window afterwards."
He glares at you and holds out his hand up. Sasumi turns to you. I think he wants something for collateral. I don't think he believes you.
She'll look. She says, she'll say to her, tell him that my two associates are here as well. You can see that. But then she'll look for a moment and then offer him her. I'm just trying to see what I have here. That he won't run away and steal, pretty much. She'll offer him her. I say, I'm trying to see anything. Her static dagger.
Ooh.
Because even if he tries to steal it, you could go zoop.
Exactly. Why do you think I offered it?
Perfect. Okay. Make an attack roll against the window.
Oh, God.
Well, how are you attempting to get in?
So, I'm just trying to see something.
Do you have Misty Step?
I don't anymore. Remember, I got rid of it. I
You're
am.
looking in the window. I used to be able to do that.
She's like,
Now I'm too old.
No, it's more of. It's more of I need other things to keep my dumbass party members alive, namely Lilia.
That's
If
why I
only.
like wizards and clerics. We have all access to all the spells.
Granted, you can't have them all prepared, so
No, you can't have them all prepared, but you can still have access to them at any time.
Okay, children, focus.
all right.
Look
Sorry, I'm just
window.
looking up something quickly. Mending. How big does mending do? 1 foot. Okay.
Yeah!
I mean, if I have all the pieces, I can actually. I feel like I could feasibly, if I give enough time, mend the window back together.
Yeah, it may take you 10-20 minutes, but you
I
can
mean,
do it.
I have. It's a
Because
cantrip.
it's a minute. Well, yeah, but it's a minute cast time.
No, oh, it is a
Mending-
minute. I didn't
mending
realize
is
that.
a minute cast time.
Okay. Well, oh well. I mean,
Yeah.
that's no big deal. All right, Zilvra will. Is there like a latch or something on the window, or is it just like one of those solid windows?
As you're looking at it, the window itself, it doesn't have a latch. It's just a solid window.
All right. Well, that means I have to break a bigger hole in it. Damn it. All right, Zilvra will. What? You're gonna say something there, George?
Oh no, I'm just looking over at
The other
Lilia.
two?
If there's something you guys want to do or
Yeah.
can offer to do to help, you,
s-
you don't have to just sit back there.
Yeah, you see Zilvra standing there eyeing the window like she's about to jump through it. So, if you have anything,
I mean, I could probably wild shape into something small and get my way in there
that is very true.
without breaking the window.
You probably could, and actually finally use your wild shape.
Yeah.
I've used it a couple times.
Called out. Cat, your audio's doing the weird scratchy thing.
I'm sorry.
It's all good. All right, so you're gonna wild shape.
Mhm.
Okay, actually, you probably could do an insect, couldn't you? Like how you can go to tiny, like or
Yeah.
Yeah.
She could do something
I'm
as small as an
assuming there's a
insect.
crawl. You could crawl under the door. Is there a gap? I'm assuming.
Yeah.
She can turn to something small enough that she can get through the lock.
All right, there you go.
Yeah, I would like turn into an ant.
And
Just like
Zil-
go in the...
Zilvra will actually, and this is gonna be my plan if I need to help. Zilvra will send Ray into her hidey hole area and then summon her on the other side of the door once Lilia is through or Adria is through. I know how to. I say because I think I can put it pretty much wherever I want. Yes, I can
Okay.
cause it to reappear in an unoccupied space, 30 feet from me.
Okay.
so that I can see.
So you poof back to your normal size on the other side of the
And
door.
Ray hops back up onto your shoulder, and Silver will look through her eyes to watch.
Okay.
What does she see on that side?
Lilia,
You gotta stop moving.
I'm sorry.
You better be.
sit still. It doesn't matter if your leg falls asleep. Let it fall asleep.
Just wait. Put a cat on it, then you won't move.
Okay.
All right,
What
focus.
do you see?
What do you see?
The
So-
only thing
When you get into the room, you notice that this room, it's fairly devoid of furniture. There's one low table, a bed roll that seems to be half rolled up on one wall. There's a small cooking area in that takes the center of one of the longer walls, the opposite side of the window. And there's seems to be clothing and bottles scattered scattered around. Most of it seems to be gathered in one corner, though. And however, the thing that strikes you the most is just the reek of old stale sweat and urine. That's your first impressions. It's dirty in here. Looking back at the door, you notice that something has been jammed into. It looks as if something has been jammed into the lock itself at one point and then was pulled out forcibly. So it looks as if the lock has been damaged.
Oh,
And
spike the gun.
It also. So while there's nothing barring the door itself, the lock mechanism is damaged, so you won't be able to remove the bolts in the lock. At least not easily.
You are up? Sylvia?
Is it attached? So would I see? Because I'm seeing through Ray's eyes. Would I see if it's like hinged or something, like hinged on the inside?
Yes, the door is hinged on the inside and it opens inwards.
All right. Silver will say. Would Silver? I'm assuming Silver, like it can be removed, like the pins on it.
Yes, they could be removed.
All right, Silver will say through the door, kind of like leaning against. Well, she's like at the window, back against the wall because she can't see at all as herself, and she'll say, "Take the post out of the hinge, and we should be able to get it out."
Okay. I'll walk up to the door and try and take the hinges out.
Okay, give me a strength check to remove the post from the hinges.
11.
11.
That's alright.
You're able to get them most of the way out, but you're not able to finish getting them all the
Do
way
you not
out.
have like a hammer or something from your gear? Something that can help you?
If you want, you can try again.
I don't have a hammer,
Crowbar?
but I have like a couple daggers I can.
That probably won't work for leverage, but they're most of the way out. So George just said you can try again.
Yeah, I'll try again. Don't have a hammer or anything. $12.
12. That is enough to get the latchet to actually remove the hinges, and you're able to pull the door out of the frame itself.
Okay. I'll just try and like lean the door against one of the walls without breaking it more.
Okay. So you lean it against the wall, and so Lilia, since you're still in the hallway, The smell from the room wafts out and just slams into you, almost like a physical force.
Are you at least
Yeah.
happy?
Oh
Yeah,
god.
at least happy you don't have those pregnancy cravings now, where you have those weird ass crows pregnancy things. Where you wanted to eat those
Oh
death shrooms.
god.
I remember. I remember everything.
How dare?
So,
Come here.
what
Come
are you guys
here.
what are you guys going to do now?
What is the guy the landlord reaction after we do this?
He looks inside and he's just completely disgusted by this because he's going to have to clean all of this up.
And also Silver
I'm
holds her.
guessing someone's not getting my safety deposit back.
Also Silver will hold out her hand for her dagger back.
He hands it over to Sheba.
Okay, I figured I'd wait till I'm not. I was about to say I'm making it very clear. I'm not calling it back to me. I'm waiting for him to hand it. I'm not that mean.
He handed it over to Sheba, and
All right.
Sheba hands it back to
All right.
you.
Silver will clip it back to her, tuck it back into her clothing.
Okay, so what do you guys do?
I guess we start checking through the house.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, make me investigation rolls, whoever's going inside.
So everybody,
Yes.
Silver plugs her nose. Because also I remembered she went from so drow have a lesser sense of smell, so she went from a lesser sense of smell to probably a more heightened sense of smell.
Yes. So actually, you're at a disadvantage while you're in here
Okay, well I mean,
for everything. You count as being poisoned while in here.
ow. All right, so I rolled
All
a
of us?
12. No,
No.
just me.
Zilver.
I have a 14 for mine. My second roll a 20. So 12. So I got 14.
Okay.
15.
Lilia?
24.
Okay. So, Zilvra, you are just too taken aback by this powerful stench to really do any searching. However, the rest of you find what appears to be small stashes of drugs
I thought of something.
around the apartment. Now, the amount of drugs is very
Yay!
small, almost like a dose each.
Also, I realized I can just do something. I'll just prestidigitate underneath my nose to smell good.
But then, of course, the rest of the air, it lasts, all right, it lasts for an hour.
And ask for an hour, and I can cast it up to 3 times.
Yep.
So yeah, I'll cast that.
So it's like putting make believe. Like,
It's pretty much just like dipping something right there just to
Yep.
kill out all other smells.
So, but yeah, the rest of you find, so Al, Lilia, and Adria each find about 1 dose of something called red sand.
Very sad.
Yep. Don't bother looking it up in the DM
It's
guide or
not a
any
thing.
other.
I already know
It-
it's not a thing because I looked up the drugs already in D&D.
It's not a D&D thing.
It's probably a Shadowrun thing.
No.
Hmm.
But so that's what you guys find in there.
All right. Anything else aside from that? They find?
That's the only thing worth any real value, as this is not an Elder Scrolls or a Fallout game.
You sure about that?
Yes.
All right. So we
Seems
can't
like
put a bucket
all-
over someone's head and steal all the things?
Drug problem.
No, you can't.
Not with that attitude, you can't.
However, there is a bucket helmet.
Oh, I used to do.
It adds 20% belligerence.
What game was that I did that in? I wore a bucket
Uh,
helmet, and Hera got so mad at me for doing it.
So, what do you got? So there doesn't seem to be anything else worth any value in this apartment. It's literally dirty clothing, empty bottles, a dirty bed, and these few doses of drugs.
Okay, well, I guess that's the end of this path. Actually, Silver would look to Susumi and say, "Can you ask him if he knew where he kind of knows where his tenant hung out?"
He doesn't deal with them on a personal level.
Okay, figured I'd ask. The cat's back now. She was frozen. Cat's out of the bag.
Loco.
So-
Nope, cat. You're not Emmy.
The first time you truly attempt to bard, and it's that. But so you guys have found nothing else in here. Where do you wish to go? What do you wish to do now?
All right, so I guess maybe we should check out one of the other locations. How late is it in the day now?
Ow. It's about 3 in the afternoon.
Oh, okay, so we still have plenty of time.
You still have a few hours you can search around for.
All right, well, let's go search around the next location we have.
Okay.
Yes.
So you head over to the next location. This one, the building here looks as if it's been knocked down multiple times and has been rebuilt, each with a different style of architecture. So it's just a hodgepodge. This one, you can see it does appear to be, though, a little cleaner than the last place. When you go inside, the building itself is larger, and rather than holding 6 apartments as the last one did, this one looks to hold somewhere around 30.
Oh, wow.
However, they are all the same 2-room, about 150 square feet each.
Not bad, not bad, not bad.
So there's someone sitting at the front desk. It appears to be a older halfling.
Oh,
I'm
Lord.
so, I'm just trying to think of how Lola is going to phrase, hey, we want to break into the apartments of so-and-so.
I mean,
How would
would...
we break in?
Yeah. I mean, we're...
Yeah.
Hey, Repeaty.
I mean, if you were breaking in, you would be literally going in without any permission at all.
Maybe we should... Maybe we
Let me
should...
have my fundamental
No,
things, okay?
absolutely not. Not allowed.
Fundamental.
This is D&D. What do you think? It's fun?
Yeah, exactly. Are you kidding me?
So, what are you going to do?
Walk up to the halfling behind the counter.
Okay. So you walk up and she looks up at you.
I'd want to ask Shiva if he can ask if we can look into the room of the person, the day labor.
Okay, make a persuasion check.
Oh no.
I love that you're the one doing the persuasion check here.
This is such a bad idea.
It's a great idea. What could
Because
possibly
it
go
never
wrong?
works out well.
What could possibly go wrong?
much. I got a 5.
A 5.
Ah,
So you walk up
Could Susumi
And
be
you
the one
ask, and
rolling
you're just like,
persuasion?
and you're like, can we
The
look
usual.
to one of your person's rooms? And as Susumi's translating, and the woman hears this, she shakes her. Well, let's just say her answer is no. There was a lot more words said, but Susumi's only translating it as no.
Yeah.
Level 5, I'm just, I'm like trying to like surreptitiously like flash the sword. And just like,
Oh my god, she's becoming a
Please
name
tell her.
dropper. She's becoming one of those people.
We also look into them because we are investigating magic appearance.
Okay. Adria, give me another persuasion check. However, this time you do have advantage because you're being assisted by Lilia.
A little better. 12.
12. She sighs and shrugs her shoulders. It sounds like she's saying, well, he's probably not going to be coming back. So, and she's going to have to clean it out anyways. So anything you take out of there is less that she has to do.
I mean, we're not.
Did,
Don't
did
think
she just okay him stealing his shit?
we're not gonna take anything. Well, if it's drugs.
She's literally, oh god, Adria is becoming addicted to drugs.
No! I'm pretty sure that they are addicted to drugs. That's all I'm saying.
Wow.
Okay, so you head up to the room and she unlocks it. This room seems to be in a lot better order. The clothing, at least, the clothing is still piled to one side, but it's at least piled in a very condensed area. There don't seem to be any bottles lying about, and the bedroll itself, the bed is fully rolled up, and the smell in here doesn't seem to be nearly as bad, but it has that very odd stale sweat odor that you smelled earlier.
Huh. Can we see if we found anything interesting, like the drugs?
Make an investigation check.
You really want to find these drugs, don't you?
Not for us, for the case.
That's what they all say.
That's a 14?
I also got a 14.
And, oh yeah, you wanted me to do... Actually, do I have to roll with disadvantage for this?
No, you don't have to. The smell is
15.
not nearly as bad in there. 15? So, this time, you all just look around and are like, okay, there's not really much here. There's not even much clutter. However, Zilvra, you managed to find, tucked away with some very stale bread, appears to be a small little container with some more red sand. It looks to be about 2 doses worth.
Is it a dime bag? Does he have a dime bag of red sand?
No,
Pretty
because
much.
there aren't dime bags.
Damn it, George!
It's in a small little ceramic container.
Is it the equivalent of a dime bag?
Maybe.
Oh my god. Hey kids, how do some red sand?
Drugs are bad, okay? Cat's encouraging drug use. Great. We're gonna get... This is how we get...
Don't do drugs,
This is how we
kids.
get banned from
Don't
Twitch.
do drugs.
Ignore her. She's... crazy.
Yeah. Anyways, okay, so we found the red sand. It's just like, okay, that's 2 out of 3. How much more time do you have left in the day?
It's only been about 40 minutes.
Oh, cool. Let's go find where the other person
I
lives.
say, well, at least we're figuring out what's going on kind of thing here.
Hmm.
So when you get there and you inquire, the person who's at the front, who's at the desk there, this is another one of those 30 apartment buildings. It looks like it used to be a like very small warehouse. The person tells you, oh, uh, Sheba informs you, well, from what they're saying, when the person disappeared about 2 weeks ago, they gave them a week. They were no longer there and didn't pay for it, so they rented it out to someone else.
What happened to the belongings? Then,
They were discarded.
savage. Alright, well. I don't want to go jump sink out of it, guys!
I don't really
Sure.
want to either.
So, thank you very so much for your help. Have a good day.
Okay. So it's roughly about 4 o'clock at this point. What are you all gonna do?
We
Pick
probably
up
should.
my fucking clothes.
Well, I mean, isn't it ready for tomorrow? Not now.
It'll be ready for tomorrow in the morning.
Okay.
Okay.
So how about we head home? Zilvra, actually, on our way back, Zilvra would like to pick up some foodstuffs to try and do some cooking for the rest of us.
Okay. That's going. How high quality are you looking
Not
for?
high quality. She's going for like average, like, obviously she's not going to feed them garbage, but she wants to at least try and, make it so that she wants something good enough quality, but not so that it's going to taste disgusting, pretty much.
Okay. So for enough to feed all of you, that'll be 120 yen.
Okay. Oh, that's really nice. All right. Equipment. This is why I transferred all my money into Yun, so I didn't have to worry about this. TV minus 120. All right. Perfect. And so, I'm assuming it's probably a lot of local stuff, right?
Yes. It's a lot of it's fairly local, but it all looks similar to everything you've eaten in this world.
All right. Yeah, so Silver will do that, and then they'll head home, I assume, and she'll start trying to cook.
Okay. You're gonna have to make me. Are you proficient with chef's tools?
I am not. Remember, I'm trying to
Okay.
more or less. This is her trying to teach herself how to become proficient with the chef's tools.
Give me an intelligence check. No
Oh,
bonuses other than your intelligence.
all right. That's a 21. I rolled a 19.
Okay, you're able to actually make a meal without burning or making anything taste horrible.
Yay! I got the happy sound. I got the happy success sound from Zelda.
Yes, you did not start a fire making a salad.
I'm not gonna lie. That little jingle in cooking is stuck in my head forever now because it's awesome.
So, you guys have a wonderful evening. Is there anything more you wish to do before the evening is out?
Well, Zilverin wants to cuddle with Adria.
I don't think there's.
Oh yeah, and also I use my handy spice pouch to season the food as well. Forgot to mention that.
Okay.
I'm so happy about getting that.
Well, is there anything different than normal you guys want to do in the evening before tomorrow?
Would it? Could I do a nature check on the drugs? Is that what?
Sure.
Adria's trying
Oh,
to
yeah, you
find
can
out
make a nature
about
check.
the drugs. Adria really wants to find out about these drugs. I'm kind of nervous.
No, it seems like there's a connection.
There's a connection. I must trust them. That's almost
21.
there. Oh, I don't like how it squishes it though.
Okay. So 21. Yeah, this is a it is a crystallized tree sap for the most part. However, there does seem to be a few things added to it. While you're not quite able to identify those, you can tell at least that this is a highly narcotic and mildly hallucinogenic drug.
Okay. I think that's all.
Okay. And from what you're seeing of it and just testing it, you can tell that this is something that's probably highly addictive.
Okay.
Okay. So the morning comes, and at about 9 in the morning, your clothing is dropped off
Nice.
for you. The party itself starts at 11.
Okay, so I'm assuming we probably all will spend the morning getting ready, making ourselves look nice and fancy. I'm assuming.
Yeah. And I also want to find some flowers because I'm making I'm making way. I want to make way.
A flower crown?
Yes.
That is
Okay.
amazing.
Make me a nature check. Actually, sorry, survival check for this.
Oh, hey, 2 new interactions. Chat line message. Ah, there it is. Color equals.
15.
15? Okay. You
That's
are
better.
able to make a crown, a small little flower crown for Ray.
Oh,
I love it.
that's cute. Someone draw that.
You could draw that. Oh, I mean, Kat. Also, I may or may not have been trying to convince Robin to do art for us. So,
Yes, hey, Robin.
if you're watching, Robin, you're welcome. Talking.
Oh,
So,
Sorry about that, George.
you guys get ready and head off to the party. Are you gonna take the carriage or are you gonna walk?
How much does the carriage cost?
No, this
I
is
will-
sorry. You take
Oh,
the
The
wagon.
wagon thing. Oh, probably. He also
I'm not wearing heels.
and yeah, I say Zilver's probably wearing heels as well, because short person.
You're still short.
I know, but I'm slightly taller with heels on. So,
Okay. So, who's wearing heels?
probably Zilver and Lilia, and Adria doesn't seem like a heels kind of girl.
Yeah.
Kat has just got a message from Robin saying she was sketching one before this flower crown. The flower crown she was
Yay!
sketching before. Well,
Okay.
Robin, now you have your answer. Now you need to do that.
Okay, so you head off in the wagon or it's more of a carriage than really a wagon, but you head off to the palace and you're able, Sheba shows them your invitations to the party that you were given when you first arrived,
Hmm.
and you're led inside. Now, the palace itself is built into the central basically the central mountain of the city. And so you don't see most of it as you first enter. You're near the top, and it looks very grand. However, when you get inside, you realize as you look over at a directory that's there, you're on floor 20 out of 26. You look as you get close to the balcony, you see that the center of this mountain has been carved out, so you can see all the way down the other 20 floors. And these floors aren't your typical 10, 12-foot ceilings. Each floor has about 50 feet separating it. So as you're looking down, those 20 floors, it's going to be. So you're looking down a good 1,000 feet.
Wow, that's really cool, actually. I dig
And
it.
there's plenty of light in here, and most of it you can see at this time of day seems to come from natural light being reflected off mirrors through the entire place.
That's really cool, actually.
Mhm.
So you're directed down to where the party itself is being held on the 15th floor. Getting there, you notice that the room where the party itself is, this room, you've been in one similar to it before, at least in size and scale. It's 300 feet long by 150 feet wide. There are tables along one length of it that have food. On the opposite wall, there is a band that is playing. It's a 8-piece band,
Ooh.
but there are 12 musicians. It seems that this is the type where they're going to need to rotate out. But there are also, rather than just a large dance area in the middle, there seem to be couches, short chairs built into the ground, into depressions in the ground where people can gather and talk. And in most of them, there seem to either be a table for gaming or a hookah set up. Most people at this time, though, and there are about
That looks better.
if there's at least 6 or 8 score that you can see. You can't quite get a grasp of how many people are there, but counting them in groups of 20, you just seem that there may be 6 to 8 of them groups. But they all seem to be walking around still talking. Some have food, most of them have drinks.
Okay, so I'm guessing we.
Now, how do you look, Zilvra?
She is a golden kitsune.
As you all and oh, right, Al is pulling out the top hat and the monocle.
Oh god. And you guys are worried about me.
Well, it's a fancy party.
That
He's
is
got to
very
have
true.
the top hat and the monocle.
He's gotta
So-
rep that his new law firm coming up soon. He's got to rival Seppa and Seppa.
Yep. I still have to think of a good name for it. Because Seppa and Seppa is just too good. So, as you guys enter, a lot of people look over to you. The conversation seems to lull only a little. The music continues playing unimpeded, but they all take in, first, the kitsune that's there with 4 tails, and a lot of them are staring. They then seem to notice beside her is a floating skull in a top hat and monocle. What is your dress? What do your dresses look like?
Mine is in the style that probably the local style,
Okay, so
probably kimono or something like that. I don't know what. I feel like that's the most accurate
close,
way.
close enough.
Yeah, you know what I mean. She
Yeah,
probably
it's
would
close
ask.
enough to something like that.
Yeah. All right.
Adria?
Oh, probably just like
Okay. That's
local style. It like green. It goes to her knees, and like not really
That's
poofy. But
nice.
she needs to be able to walk.
Okay. And Lilia?
This is a good question. I guys got
There
time
we go.
prepared for this question.
You were not ready for this, were you? I'm
Yeah, you
disappointed.
got.
We granted we
Oh,
all.
wait. It is your.
Yeah,
It's the one that
Yeah, that
the
one.
previous one that you had. Okay. Yeah. So you have that one altered, but the one thing now, what else do you all have with you?
So 100% Zilver is the kind of person she's gonna keep her static dagger tucked away, hidden somewhere, because that's just how Zilver rolls.
Yeah.
She has her ring on, her casting ring, obviously, and also her sentient ring.
Okay.
Think of what else I have in terms of stuff I can wear. Actually, I think that's pretty much all I have in terms of stuff I can carry on me.
Okay. The other two, Adria.
Oh
I
wait,
tried last time to sneak in a dagger and that didn't work very well.
I mean, did they frisk us at all for this one, or?
Well, what do you have on you is the more important thing, or what are you going to try to bring in?
Um,
I forgot one more thing. My scroll of pedigree.
Okay.
she would try to do at least one dagger tucked away.
Or adventurers, they have to be expecting it.
Her ring of protection, and Zilver's ring.
I was gonna say, don't forget Silver's ring.
Yeah.
She gave that to you
Okay.
multiple times.
Anything
Yeah.
else?
No, she's not gonna try and bring in.
She lets Silver do the bulk of the looking really, 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 really good.
Ghost
Okay.
sickle.
Okay, and I mean, you're also coming in on the two crutches.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, right.
Yeah, she's missing a leg still. We haven't
Yes, she
rectified
is.
that problem yet.
No.
Silver will also try and help her. That's another reason why she's definitely not wearing heels. She only has one leg.
Yeah.
It's quite somebody who really being great restoration.
I mean, I don't think a greater restoration is going to help much with the leg already gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I can get greater restoration now because of the level up.
But it's a 4th level spell, is it not?
Yeah,
I mean, we have
I'm just
Wordstone.
saying.
Like you said.
True. You have word
And we
stone.
have,
You could cast
and
it.
we have the alchemic stuff too.
Yes.
We have all these things, but probably wouldn't work to regrow your leg, unfortunately.
No.
Yeah.
Not now, at least. I feel like George intentionally made it that way so that we couldn't rescue your leg. He's nodding. Focus now. We're at a party.
So, what is Lilia going to bring? Or Adria, is there anything else that you were going to bring?
No.
Okay, Lilia, what are you going to bring?
Ring of Shining Glass, Ring of Rod Rocking, and the Emperor's Mercy. Because fuck you, that song is dope.
Now I'm picturing her coming in this really nice looking dress and then just this big sword strapped to her side.
Okay. Well, no one stops you going in. No one stops any of you going in. And you
Also, I like this place.
Granted, you also
Wow.
have a legendary sword, so I doubt they would want to stop you.
while you're there, you also do notice that a lot of the people there do seem to have a weapon in some form or another, whether it's ceremonial or not, you're not sure. But you do see that most people there do seem to at least be minimally armed.
Okay.
Nice.
So it's not.
Do
But
they look?
That's also, well, that's kind of what I want to know what everyone had. So
Yeah.
after they notice first Zilvra, then Al, you then start seeing people point and hushed whispers as they notice the Emperor's Mercy. One of them seems to be, he's a slightly portly elf, very richly dressed, but the material itself is very rich but not ostentatious. Comes over to you and starts speaking. Sheba leans in. He's very happy that you're here. He's saying that he's glad to finally be able to put faces to the champions who helped close the gate.
Holy shit, guys, we're famous.
And not even for your music.
That'll come
I
later.
don't have this. Famous is famous.
Ow, cat, stop moving so much. Alright, Zilver will kind of smile a little. 'Cause that makes her happy that, you know. Does he seem particularly bothered at all by me?
He seems to be kind of ignoring
Rude.
you guys, ignoring you, and is more focused on Lilia at the moment. He keeps speaking. This is Aji Kastan. He's the head of the Imperial University.
Ah, well, it's lovely to meet him.
Well,
And I hope that we might be able to visit the university.
Sheba translates that back, but before he does, Aji waves him away. You don't need to have an interpreter here. I understand enough and speak enough to talk to you. So, it is, as I said, wonderful that you are here. And we are all just wanting and waiting to know what happened on the field. We heard that you defeated some powerful beast and were able to close the gate, but we need the details. We need details.
Hey, Bard.
Not like one tries to not get like too visibly excited.
I feel like
But
she's like
inside
just like
she's thinking, my time has come.
I feel like she's like, God damn it, I don't have an instrument on me.
Yes,
Just go to that stage.
I miss my bagpipes.
Now, see, all I'm picturing is you just producing like a mini guitar, just da-da-dum.
Yes.
Uh,
A ukulele.
you need
That's amazing.
ukulele. A ghostly hand with a ukulele just floats over to you.
It's Al.
Al has your guys' equipment.
Okay, that's actually very smart to do.
Because remember, you guys kept
Have a bag
going.
of
Yeah,
whole
we just like put the stuff in Al's
That's right.
bags the last time you had taken it off.
That's actually really smart to do.
He does have my swords.
She has
Will we count what happened in song? Does this count as a persuasion or a performance check?
Oh, this is a performance check.
And if it would be, Zilver will do her best to try to accompany her, not with song, but with magic effects.
Dope.
Okay.
What do you need me to do for that, George?
Are you just using, say, like prestidigitation?
Just like Presti, Minor Illusion, like
Cantrips.
just cantrips. Yeah, I'm not spending anything.
Okay.
big. Maybe actually, I was gonna say I can't do Dancing Lights because it's a concentration spell, and I'm already
Okay.
concentrating on one
I
spell.
will give you. Okay, Lilia, you have advantage on this.
Okay.
I had to roll for their reaction to see whether you gave her advantage or disadvantage.
Oh, that's rude. I'm a hero too.
You are, but you're also a kitsune.
That is very true. Hey, at least I'm not an evil-looking kitsune now.
That's 26.
26. Actually, I need you to make a concentration check DC 15, Zilvra.
Me? How come?
Yes.
Oh, alter self.
Yeah. I rolled a nat 20.
Okay.
Silver is
So-
composed.
Okay. So you're fine.
I'm-
Yeah, your role, Lilia, that's enough. You entertain all of them. You actually run up to where the band is performing, as they're slightly elevated, and you
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes, Judge.
and use their music as well. Like they start playing a song appropriate to what you're saying about what you're talking about. So the music there, your music, the magic Zilvra is giving you, and your storytelling ability you're able to enthrall everyone there in the story. And when it's over, and when it's over, they're all clapping. Can see that there are a lot of people who are having to have it translated, but for most people, but even with the translation for it, there's still, with everything else going along with it, everyone is excited about the entire thing.
Lola is so happy right now.
Guys, let's start a band. Lily will be the singer, and we'll just provide magical effects for it.
She's young.
Honestly, like that, I'm like, as a sorcerer, I can't perform much music, but I can definitely make music look a lot cooler by adding performance stuff to it.
Okay. So,
This is almost the best day of her life.
Was the best day of her life when Norris and her did it?
No, that's when Beyonce was born. Terrifying, but no, it's a baby girl.
All right. So after that, what is I'm assuming the general atmosphere in the room is now a lot different.
yes, the atmosphere is a lot more welcoming, and they're all excited to more or less speak with each of you.
Yes.
Nice.
Zilver, I will
Although, of
mind
course,
this. Zilver is sticking close to Adria as close as she can, just to keep with her and not leave her.
So a lot more people are talking to Adria than they are to you, Zilvra.
Yeah, I figured
Like,
as
you
much.
only get the occasional question,
Yeah, I figured as much.
but no one's really hostilely looking towards you. About half an hour of this goes by before
Sorry.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh God.
4. Lilia,
Yes.
you are approached by someone who he appears to be human, about 15 years old, and
Aw.
his clothing, when you look at him, he smacks of wealth, but not new wealth, old wealth. The type where all of the rings and jewelry on him have built up generation over generation. The stylization of his outfit looks to be very antiquated, but cut to perfectly fit him and to suit him, as if this is something that has been molded through the generations. He walks up to you and starts speaking. His Western Common is just as broken as the head of the universities was, but he.
I was gonna ask if I can cast comprehend languages on myself.
I mean, that doesn't let you speak it though, so maybe just.
No, just so I can better understand.
I mean, he's speaking your common.
Yeah. You wield a powerful sword. Do you understand the means of that sword?
I believe I do. What's the sword's name, by the way? Like what it calls itself, not Advance Mercy.
Kaiji. I think it was.
Lola will say Kaiji and I have had a talk.
Okay. Well, this sword only Emperor give. No one else. You with sword. Uh, only if father says you keep.
This is the Emperor's son.
Yep.
Mom is not serious about but it hurts her and she tries like to change it and she's doing but she's like, oh son of a bitch. If your father wants it back, I will respect his wishes and do so.
Well, hopefully you prove worth sword.
Oh shit, this is no laughing.
Cat is just like having a heart attack.
I hope that I do. Oh my god.
I feel like that's. I hope that I do, and then just inside is just, oh my god.
Yes! Oh my god!
So at this point, Aiji comes back up, bows to the prince, and starts speaking with him.
Do I pick up kind of any snippets? Because I can kind of understand the language.
Actually, how close are you guys? I want Zilvra, Adria, Lilia, and Al to make survival
Oh,
checks.
survival, thank you. That's still a +0, but it's...
Not a minus.
I mean, granted,
see.
like, only strength is a minus for me, so that's only one stat check.
13.
13.
Survival.
Aren't you supposed to be good at survival? Aren't you a
Wow.
druid?
I am, but I keep rolling low.
That seems to be your thing. You just always roll low, unless it doesn't
Are you-
matter.
Are you using actual dice or a dice roller online?
Are you using a
Dice.
D4? Oh,
No, you.
do you not have actual dice?
I ordered some, but I don't have them yet.
Ooh.
Okay.
I can't wait till you get some. Because, yeah, no, I don't. I never trust online rolling things because they're not really that random.
Mm,
It's hard to program randomness into a program because you have to usually
Yeah.
use an array for it.
it would be, yeah.
So, what'd you get, Lilia?
14.
Al got a 19.
Thank God someone did.
So, well, this was to see how well you guys stick together. Not well. So, Adria and Bilvra are separated from Lilia, who've
Oh.
been separated from Al.
Okay.
Oh no.
Also,
And
I realized also Adria does have Ray on her shoulder probably or somewhere.
yes, people are looking questioningly at the fox, but no one's been gauche enough to ask about
Don't
it.
worry, it's house trained, as in it doesn't go to the bathroom ever.
Don't do
But-
it.
Al, so Lilia, you are still fairly close to the musicians. Zilvra and Adria, you find yourself sitting about 100 feet away in one of the pit sofas. And Al has found himself over at the buffet tables.
I mean, that makes sense that
Oh
Adrian's
my
over
God.
sitting.
Yeah.
Cat, it can't be any worse than what Gerd was doing.
Al doesn't even eat. However, he does have a small plate with some food on it.
Aw.
Oh,
That is actually really adorable.
Just holding it up with the big hand.
And currently, what's funny is that he doesn't have Shiba or Sasumi with him. Sasumi is with Lilia. Shiba is currently with Adria and Lilia. Al is
I mean, Adrian Zilvra.
Adria and Zilvra. Al is just currently bullshitting his way through everything.
God.
Oh my gosh. At least he's good at it.
I mean, maybe. I was gonna say probably not. It's Al. If we've seen anything about Al, it's that he cannot bullshit to save his life, but he sure as hell can avoid getting into too much shit because he can outrange everybody else by flying away.
He's also faster than most
Yeah.
people.
Perks of being a barbarian.
Yeah. The only one who's faster than him is Zilvra at this point.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I'm
Well,
a Naruto.
Yeah.
I'm going to be the
Next
Hokage.
So, after about a few hours of a few hours are going to pass in the party. Is there anything anyone wishes to do specifically?
Silver probably would go up at one point and get her and Adria some food.
Okay,
and drinks.
Zilvra, as you go to do that, make me a concentration check. DC 17 this time.
Another
Oh,
20.
no.
Okay.
The dice gods are ever in my favor today.
Okay. So you go and get some food. There's a wide array, and people have been coming and going, talking. You've met nobles through the area, wealthy merchants. You've met distant royalty, like people who are there, are like cousins twice removed from the throne. Like, that's who you've met so far. The highest royalty that any of you have met is actually the prince who Lilia was speaking to. Occasionally, the head of the university has come back over and spoken with you a few times. Is there anything you'd specifically wanted to talk with him about?
I mean, aside from us, we've already asked about gaining access, and they said it'd take about a week or so, right?
You asked that's to go through official channels.
Yeah.
You still have about just over a week and a half
Okay,
left.
well, maybe
Yeah.
at one point Zilver would try and bring up, like, hey, we're looking to get into your libraries, if that wouldn't be too much trouble, kind of thing.
What are you look for?
She'll say, we're trying to find a song for a ritual.
He looks over at the people sitting next to him, looks over to the young prince who's there as well, and they speak back and forth in a hushed tone towards each other. I don't. What you're asking, a song for a what?
She'll actually ask first. She'll say a song for a ritual. She'll pause for a moment because out of everybody, I think she's the only one that can't cast ritual spells. So, but she'll look to is Sasumi a spellcaster? Or is Shiba a spellcaster, I should say? Because
No,
Shiba's
neither of them are.
She'll look to Shiba though and say, "Ritual. How would you describe ritual to them? Or is there a word that you could say in their common that they would understand better?"
He thinks and tries describing what you're looking for, and after thinking about it, goes there. He turns to the translator, and they speak to Shiba, and they speak for a good 10 minutes before he goes, their magic section in library is very closely guarded.
Of course. She'll say, I understand. We would not mind. I'll be quiet.
I will take time to think, but for emotions to you, perhaps.
She'll offer him a smile and give a polite nod and say, "Thank you very much. We really do appreciate it."
Everyone, make me Constitution saving throws. Zilvra, you also need to make me a DC 19 concentration check.
Jesus.
Yeah.
That's
So-
three.
Oh, Sasumi. That's
So, what was the first one? What's the DC for?
For the con save is
Yes.
right now a DC 12.
Okay, so I passed them both. I rolled an 8, which is plus
And
5.
this counts as poison, by the way. If you
Oh.
have anything against, like if you have advantage against poison or
I don't have
anything.
that, but would we notice this then? Like that there's something
Hold
going...
on.
Okay, so I've
This
saved.
is just the save for now.
I've saved from both of them.
Okay.
I rolled an 8 for the first, which is plus 5, and then a 19 plus 5, so...
I got a
Okay.
9.
9, even with your bonuses?
Yeah.
Okay, and Lilia got a natural 20. Sasumi got an 18. Sheba has his ventilators on, and Al is immune to poison. So you're all smelling. As time has gone on, the smoke from the hookahs has been filling the room.
Oh.
There has been alcohol flowing. So, Adria, at this
Oh,
point, you are slightly high and drunk.
Oh my god!
Wait, hold on, would you be drunk from not drinking alcohol? Because Adria, I thought, didn't drink alcohol.
Adria, have you been drinking any of the alcohol?
No.
Oh, okay. So then this would just be contact high.
Oh my
I
gosh.
know that feeling from a concert I've went to.
Yeah.
It is the weirdest thing because I had never smoked before then. So I just got really stoned and then really sleepy. It was a Black Sabbath concert, so no shocker there.
Yeah.
It was a fun-
So you are. You're currently only suffering the effects of level 1 exhaustion.
Uh-oh.
So just disadvantage on ability checks. Because you're not fully focused.
Oh.
Like I needed that. Going bad already.
Okay. So
I can't
the
wait to
night,
get your new
the
dice.
day seems to be wearing on, but for the party doesn't seem to be ending. You've actually made quite a few contacts. Is there anything that at this point you want to talk to anyone about?
Yes.
Okay. What would you like to talk about?
Silver wants to see if anybody here could help her finding a prosthetic leg for Adria, too. Figure...
Aww.
You make inquiries. Give me gather information.
What is that?
Sorry, an investigation check.
All right.
I just
17.
imagine Adria just sitting there in the chair trying to feed Way.
17, George. And that's
17.
adorable, and I love that idea of her just trying to feed this celestial being food. Because Ray, that's what Ray is. Ray is a celestial being.
Ray is eating too.
Aw. I love it. I love Ray. That's the best decision I've ever made.
So while Ray is being fed
Doted
and is
on.
being yep. Oh, hold on.
Is that a saving throw for Ray?
Yeah.
What? Did Ray fail the save?
I rolled a 6.
I mean, I'm curious.
She does not have a +6 bonus. She can be affected by this because she is celestial as a subtype for it. So she can still be affected by some normal things such as poisons, but even if she dies from it, she basically just bamfs back to the celestial, whichever celestial realm she's from, and
Yeah,
cures
then I
her.
have to summon her back afterwards.
My
Yeah.
baby!
So
you got-
yep. So she's hungry because she's got the munchies.
Adria and my fox are getting stoned together. That is hilarious.
Yep, and she
I
is
love this.
utterly adorable. Actually, hold on. Oh, she's got advantage on this roll. That's a natural 20 with advantage. Because Ray is so cute while stoned. Adria, you are not the only person feeding her. Is there a few other people who are getting her to do tricks or who are petting her and feeding her?
Aww. Adria
yes,
is
you-
probably so happy right now.
You currently have a group of.
This is why you need to get a familiar of your own.
You have a group of 6 other people who are
Damn.
just around you doing this. So you go and search off for someone who can help with a prosthetic leg.
Honestly, she probably like sees that these people are forming. It's like, all right, perfect time to slip away.
Yes, this is the perfect time to slip away. So,
And she'll
That's-
honestly, Silver would offer Adria that. I'll be right back. I'm getting a drink.
so Adria, you don't even hear her.
Aw.
It kind of just goes in one ear out the other. But
mean-
you head out and you actually do find a mage who's there, who is renowned as the one who actually invented the terracotta warriors.
Ooh, that's actually really cool. And actually, so when Silver would find that out, she would actually give them a compliment and say, "I've fought alongside them a few times, and they are incredible to have on your side."
He takes
Oh
a
my
drag.
god, you're a massive nerd.
He takes a drag from the hookah. It's very nice to hear that my creations are doing so well and being appreciated even by someone who does not live here. Though
Okay,
it would be nice if people here were at
I'm-
least showing their appreciation to it more.
I'm not gonna lie, George. I thought you were gonna go a different route with that, and I'm like, oh no, please don't mention the fact that she's a kitsune. That's what I thought you were going, like, even by a kitsune. I was waiting for it. I'm like, please don't do that, because that's gonna make Silver really upset.
He takes another hit.
Give him the-
Well, so was it just what brings you over here?
Um,
He hands you the end of the hookah.
Silver has no clue what this is, but
So she's seen a lot of people.
I was gonna say
talking
she's
about it.
probably seen enough people. I have to because I feel like it'd be seen as disrespectful.
Make me a con save. DC 15.
Oh my
I feel like it'd be seen as disrespectful for her to not do it at this point.
Peer pressure, everybody.
16 on the
16.
dice.
So you take it in, you are able to keep yourself from sputtering. It is hard to, and you finally exhale it out fairly quickly. Your throat is very dry, and your perceptions are just a little weird now. But for the most part, you're not suffering enough to have an in-game effect.
I missed
So-
that message.
What can I do for you?
She'll kind of go through the whole like Adria losing her leg thing, kind of do the whole shebang kind of thing, like try to garner some sympathy with that. You know, she's learned from Lilia.
Make me a persuasion check.
26.
He looks at you. So you're looking to see if I can make her a leg.
Of course. And she'll also even make mention like because she's a druid, she can't have like give him the rules of like what Adria can wear pretty much.
He strokes his chin.
And probably also would mention the woodworkers she was talking to earlier as well, like at the thing.
Ah. They will give her one that may break apart in a month flat. What you need, I can build that for you. I will be happy to take on a challenge such as this. If come by in a day or two to my shop, and I will talk to you more about this. But what you've said, it intrigues me.
And actually, Silver will ask, do you want me to bring her with me as well, or...
Of course, I will need to see what I'm working with.
All right. She'll nod and give her and say, "Thank you very much for your time. I very much appreciate it." And she'll then wish him enjoyment of the night.
Yeah. Well, perhaps it will be a wonderful night for you as well. He holds up a chalice to you.
She'll raise her own cup because I'm assuming she probably has one. Because
Okay, is it alcoholic?
no,
No.
no,
Okay.
because she knows she needs to stay at least as focused as she can on holding her form.
Okay. So you head back to are you gonna head anywhere else or back to Adria?
I'm trying to think on anything else Silverwood. Oh, I do have one more place I would like her to go.
How long does the altar self last?
It would last for, I am casting it as an extended spell, so 2 hours. And once it starts getting to the end, she probably would go freshen up.
Okay. So, okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
right? Like she can probably
Make me another concentration check. Once again, it's DC 19.
20 dirty.
Okay.
I have a +5 to con, so I'm pretty good at con saves.
And everyone else, actually, yeah, because enough time has passed with this. Everyone else make me a Constitution save, DC
Oh, God.
12.
Adria's gonna get
Adria, yours is a DC 14.
Adria's gonna get super blazed out of her mind. Oh, God. I guess as a druid, though, it's not super uncommon.
Nope. Susumi is
15.
still
17.
Oh no.
nice.
Do I have to make one too, or?
Yes.
Oh, I thought you said everyone else.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, everyone needs to make one. Shrug.
21. Ow, cat.
Don't
21.
move.
Or mute yourself before you move, please. Sorry to be a pain in the ass, but it hurts my ears a lot because I have it on loud.
So, yeah, all of you seem to be doing fine. You don't seem to be getting any more high. Although all of you, your perception is everything's just a little bit off.
Wait, really? I'm
Yeah.
still tied down. That's what I
So-
said.
Is there anything that Lilia wishes to do during this party? Anything specific?
Yes. So, knowing about her dad having helped with the ritual and the fact that he is playing her side, she kind of asks about him but doesn't mention how she knows of him, if that makes sense.
Okay,
She's
make
kind
me
of-
a persuasion check.
I'm good at those. Let's see what's.
Okay, I'm actually to have to take go to the bathroom, so I'll be right back. Sorry.
Okay.
31.
31. Okay. Yeah. It seems that some of the older elves who are there and one of the dwarves do recall a musician by that name having been known at around the time of the comet. None of them had ever seen him personally, but they'd all heard of him.
Lola is just like internal, like, fuck my dad's old.
With such a high roll and with how high everyone is, what the dwarf actually starts hacking. This is all being translated through Susumi at this time. I do remember one of the stories about him, though. There was always something they said whenever he was in town. make sure that your daughters are inside, and so's your wife. And make sure you stay in with them.
It's just like internally, it's just like, ah, that's where I get it from.
Well, if he got laid even half as much as the stories said, I wouldn't be surprised if he had bastards from here all the way to the west.
Yes, sir, certainly would not be surprised to hear that either. Like,
Lilia, make me a charisma saving throw.
oh. 21.
You are able to maintain your cool, so you do not blow up going, holy crap, I have unknown amount of brothers and sisters all over the world.
I mean, I'm pretty sure she always had to realize her dad is one of them, and probably thinking that, oh, I probably have a bunch of fucking siblings out there.
Make me a percentile roll.
Hello. Hello. 55.
Okay, thinking back, you're thinking back through everyone before Norris and are going, okay, it's been confirmed that I have brothers and sisters who I have no clue about. Going back,
gosh.
no one. You go, okay, good. No one looks like my dad at all. Thank God. Thank the gods.
And it's just like,
Yeah.
like he's just saying like, I likely did not fuck any of my siblings.
Oh my God.
What about fucking your siblings?
Lilia had just been informed that because she was trying to get information about her father, there was a dwarf and some elves who were old enough to have heard of her father before the apocalypse.
Ooh.
And the dwarf had said, because she had rolled so high, the dwarf had also remembered that her father had a huge reputation for getting around, and if even half the stories were true, then he must have dozens of bastards, basically, from here all the way to the western area. And Lilia just went, wait, there are lots of kids I have lots of brothers and sisters I don't know about. Hold on. Think back through my memories. Oh, good. None of them looked like me or my father.
Also, not gonna lie. How are you shocked by this at all, Kat? That had to come from somewhere. And your mom seems pretty much a pretty big prude in comparison.
I mean, yeah, Laura's not shocked by the fact that her dad's on the van. She's just like fully thought it through, but that probably makes she has unknown siblings, and that she might have slept with some unknown siblings.
Sounds like some drow shit right there.
Oh shit! No, I mean they are technically elves, so.
Drow are just the more debauched version of elves.
Well, Lilia's on her way towards that.
Huh.
But, so that's really all you find out about your father was that, yeah, he had a big name, but none of them had ever seen him.
Big name and big other stuff, probably.
That's my dad! Ah!
Yeah, there's some mental trauma for you. Even more mental trauma.
No! Don't do it!
Oh yeah.
Ah, no. One of the elves go. "Oh, from what I hear, he was only at the tool set he only ever had to work with was average, but that man could make something out of nothing."
I feel like Lilia just goes sheet pale there and just
as they're describing the stories they've heard about her father's more debauched
conquest.
exploits.
We should tell Lola is to grab a drink.
Do you take? They're all smoking a hookah. Do you?
Yup. She's
good
like,
at
I
sucking,
am
so-
too for this shit. I'm to hear about my dad's sexual escapades. Yup.
Okay, I'm gonna need you to make me two Constitution saves.
That's 13 and 17.
Okay, so the drink doesn't do much to you as you're kind of used to that. However, as you take a hit off the hookah, you are not used to opioids in any form. So you are high and suffering the effects of one level of exhaustion right now.
Okay, hold on. Let me put that into.
I love that I'm the only one who hasn't suffered a failure yet. It's going to happen eventually because
You know what? Lola's part of this.
Okay, one more for Sasumi.
Shit.
Sasumi is still doing very good with this. Must be some of that vampire backwash.
yeah.
So-
I mean, here's the thing: the two people that have so far succeeded have been the two people who the vampire has been feeding on recently.
Yeah.
Because Zilver's also been offering her blood. Because
Actually, and Adria, I will need you to make me another one.
oh lord,
Con save?
Con save, yes. DC 14.
Oh, come on. Seven.
oh god, she's second tier level high.
Okay, you have disadvantage on attack rolls and saving throws now.
She's like getting close to like some gods here.
Adria is just getting to that fun point.
Yeah, Adria,
Oh.
you are
So
definitely stoned at this point. You are high. As the day seems to wear on, you realize hours must have passed by this point, and when you check a timepiece, you got here at 11 in the morning, but it's now 6 in the evening.
okay, one sec. I have to do some quick maths here. All right, I need to figure out how many times I've had to cast Alter Self on myself. So that's 11.
11 to 1,
7 hours.
1 to 3, 3 to 5.
Yeah.
So you're on your third casting of it.
Okay.
Like,
Okay, that's still not too bad in
Yeah.
comparison. I'd still have 6 more source points to make it extended, and then I'll have to just go on using normal.
Yep. Okay. So as the time ticks away, I'm actually going to have Zilvera make one more concentration check. DC 19.
17, however, blessed by the gods. Yeah, 20.
Okay. You are able to keep maintaining this spell. You're not exactly sure how, as you feel something just trying to strip it away from you.
Dude, I'm so curious on what is messing with me here.
Now, Who here has dark vision?
I think all of us. Yeah, all of us
Every-
do.
Oh, okay. Everyone except Sasumi.
Oh, poor girl.
Uh, as you're all, everyone by this point is fairly drunken high at this party, and there is a haze of fog. All of the fires and torches and lights go out immediately.
Wee woo.
Son of a bitch.
Wee woo.
Alright, let's do it. Let's fight. I'm strong, but I'm ready.
Okay, then roll for initiative then.
Cat, there's nothing going on. Not yet. at least.
Lilia is actually high and paranoid at this point. So yeah, everyone roll. So everyone roll for initiative
God.
18.
because Lilia, when that goes off, goes bring it,
God.
bring it.
14 for me. Also, even if Ben.
Okay, so first roll yours,
yeah.
and then I'll just ask for them. I'm gonna do Shiba and Sasumi together. Are you kidding me? That was lame. Okay, who's got above a 20? Who's got a 15 to 20?
Me,
What do you have?
18.
Okay, Lilia will go first, followed just by Al, who has a 10 to 15.
Me.
What do you have?
14.
14. Zilvra, next is Shiba and Sasumi, who has a 5 to 10.
I do.
What do you have?
7.
Oh,
Okay,
God damn it.
and
You started combat
Okay.
prematurely.
so Lilia, all the torches have gone out, all the fires in the hookahs even have gone out, as if everything was hit by water, and there is now even more fog and steam everywhere. Even though you all have dark vision, your vision is limited to 15 feet.
Wow.
That is how thick this fog is.
I guess we've been literally hotboxing for hours.
Yes, you have. And all of you, your perceptions are slightly off, or that is for Zilvra and Sasumi. Shiba and Al are completely unaffected by this.
Yeah.
But it's only flavor. Your actions are still fine.
I mean, perception-wise, like, I'm already at 0, so...
Well, no, what I mean, like, just your flavor-wise.
Yeah. Honestly,
But,
like...
So you're
Zilver's-
slightly high, but it's not actually
Yeah.
affecting you.
Zilver's just kind of looking around to see what caused all this.
So,
Like,
okay, Lilia, what are you going to do first?
I'm gonna try and use prestidigitation to light something.
Okay, so you use prestidigitation and you light one of the torches. It lights up and slowly just the flame just seems to be very weak. Do
Can
you want
I,
to do any movement?
I look around and see if I see anything?
Make a perception check.
Let's see. Do I have disadvantage on these or is it just ability checks?
This is technically an ability check, I would say. For this.
Well, because it says it's a skill.
Okay. You know what? Yeah, it's just strictly ability checks for this. So, yeah, just regular perception.
Ability check.
Okay.
yeet.
You look around from where you are, because you're still sort of over in the musician area. You don't really see anything. You see the musicians all looking around nervously. They've stopped playing, and most of the people are silent as this has happened, as they're all just going,
Huh.
what? So an eerie silence has fallen over the place. So you can't quite make anything out from where you are.
Oh, hi. So how
Kitty.
Oh god. Oh god.
It's like our
Do
game.
you want to move anywhere?
No. He was just trying to rock on my laptop. He's like,
No.
No,
Does
in-game.
Lilia wish to move?
yeah, Lily, I would like to get more in the open, if that makes sense.
So where to? Are you moving towards where you think any of your party members had been?
Yes. And Lilia's hand will be on the sword, ready to pull it out, but she hasn't just yet.
Okay. Al is just looking around like, what? Oh, right. Everyone's high as balls.
I'm not.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Does he
He had
say-
advantage on that, but he rolled a natural one. That was a wisdom save against feeling depressed because, yeah, he remembers that time in his life.
Aw.
Oh.
Roll for
So-
depression.
Yeah. So he's kind of floating there going, what are people doing? He finds someone who's just confused and shoves the plate of food that he's been holding for the last 5 hours into their hands. The food on it, which was supposed to be served warm, is now cold.
Oh no.
And the person starts idly like munching on
Oh.
it. Zilvra?
The chef in me right now is just like, no, don't eat that. It's been out for more than 4 hours.
That's the least of their worries, Cookie.
I'm sure, but I'm a chef.
I know.
Okay.
I know.
I'm gonna look around as well and see what's going on. Did I hear Lilia yell out like,
Oh yeah,
Brilliant.
yeah. Bring it on! I'm ready for this. You heard Lilia shout that out, and you're just sitting there in this pit. You really can't see too much beyond it. Looking at the other people who are high in it with you, who are
But you're
like
like,
all
what?
around Ray.
That's Lilia.
yeah, that's not a surprise. 19 for perception.
For perception, yeah, that was definitely Lilia.
No.
However-
See if there's any like what caused this.
You can't tell what caused it. There's nothing within your visual range that you can see for this. However, with your ears, you actually do hear what sounds like a soft beat.
Like, don't like the sound of this. And I'm assuming I can tell which way it's coming from.
No, not with the fog.
Okay.
With the fog, it's just reverberating off everything.
Hey guys, I think I know what's the problem. We're being sucked into Barovia.
No.
I'm kidding. Probably not. This is all hookah smoke. Unless George is really devious, which, if this is, I would be super impressed and this would be the way I'd want to go there. But,
You guys get high as balls, and now you're in Barovia. Is this a script?
Welcome to Malaysia, bitches!
Harold and Kumar go to Barovia.
alright, Zilver will actually get up. Zilver will get up and, like, wave to Adria to follow her. And then start kind of trying to... So, doing her best to try to find the location of where that noise is coming from.
Okay,
Obviously, it's probably going to involve her wandering a lot.
so are you going to head north, south, east, or west?
Well,
Or
here, I'll settle this the easy way.
oh, I was gonna say like
She's going, sorry. She's going east.
east. Okay, so you're traveling east. That's the heading towards the direction that would have had the musicians.
Okay.
Okay. Next one to go. Oh, and Ray is going to, when she sees you get up, is going to start following you into the mist. However,
I feel like Ray would know how to follow me because Ray's Well,
high as balls.
not even that. No, just like the kind of bond of familiar to the caster.
She heads south.
God damn it, Ray.
Yeah, she's high.
But still, she's my
Yeah.
familiar. We're very
She's your
familiar with
familiar.
each other.
Yeah,
No love for the
but
pun
she
there?
just wanders off south.
Aw. I feel like now
Uh,
Adria's gonna have to follow Ray, not Zilvra.
So
So that fast.
Which one?
Susumi was with Lilia and is going to stay fairly close to Lilia. She reaches into her robes and pulls out what looks to be a sharpening knife for quills.
A blade's a blade, my dude.
Shiva, on the other hand, he doesn't have his rifle with him, but he does have a pistol. He puts his hand on it and stands up from where he was sitting with you two. He does see Ray wandering off south and looks to you, Adrian, and says, "Do you want to follow the fox or should I?"
We can't hear you. Oh, there you are. I thought you were talking, so go ahead. Sorry.
You please. I want you to follow Ray, please. I'll try and
Okay.
find Zilva.
Okay, remember, you are really high.
So,
Yes.
I know.
So,
So,
I mind.
Sheba goes off and follows Ray, and now he's just walking behind this
tiny fox.
this tiny fox while trying to look around and figure out what's going on. So, Adrian, your turn.
I will try and go in the direction that I saw Zilva go.
Make me a perception check.
You're having fun, aren't you?
16.
Don't give yourself don't make yourself lightheaded from doing all that blowing.
Nope, I'm good with keeping myself from getting lightheaded while blowing.
You're pretty good at
So-
blowing, then I guess.
Oh!
So, yeah, you're able to find Zilvra, and you basically kind of stumble into her a little bit, and pretty much wrap an arm around her just to keep upright.
Hey.
There you are.
Lilia,
Yes.
it's your turn. It's your turn again. Susumi is right behind you. She has one hand on your shoulder, just kind of keeping you in front of her.
Can I hear the beating sounds of it?
At this point, yes, you do, but it's because I'm gonna.
Oh, she's frozen.
You need to make a perception check though to actually see if you discern it as something else other than your own breathing. Because
You are
you're
pretty
high.
high. Whoa, that's
So that's
There we go.
21. So
oh, she's back.
Yeah. You hear that and you realize, hold on, there's something else here, and it sounds like air gusting, but it's got a very regular beat to it.
It's a dragon.
You're not sure which direction it's coming from though.
okay, let's I make a check to see if I recognize the sound.
Sure, make an intelligence check. This, with the perception check, will also take your turn to basically just go, what is that?
Okay. Oh shit. $19, even with the
19?
disadvantage. Yeah.
Yeet.
Yeah. These are wings.
It's a dragon.
But specifically, it's got the same type of noise, the same type of at the end that you hear from Ianthe's when she's flapping them.
We will.
So let me go through this again, George.
Al is going to continue floating around, and hold on, he has to make a perception check. Oh, yeah, he sees it. He floats over to Sheba first, as Sheba's the closest to him, and just whispers, just make sure the fox doesn't get hurt, and keep an eye out upwards. Right about that way. Points upward, and it's moving that way, pointing back to where the prince is. And Al just continues floating off there.
I forgot. He has that true sight eye.
Yes, he does.
I remembered that. I'm like, oh, this makes sense.
Zilvra, it's your turn.
Okay. Since I'm hearing this, and kind of, oh, she's gone. All right, we're having sorry, just a moment. We're having issues with Penny. She might be right back. For now, sorry about the weird overlay, but I'm not going to switch it because 3-person overlay doesn't look good right now.
Yeah.
But Cat'll look really weird because she's stretched out over 2 screens.
Actually, Cat, if you lean a little to your left.
Other left. You're now in Penny's spot. Now to the right.
No.
I'm eating now, bitches!
Up, and now you're moved to your own spot because Adria joined back in. Welcome back.
Okay.
So Zilver will try, and how far is the nearest exit?
The nearest exit, the only one that you remember, are the main doors, which are about, from where you are, 170 feet to the south.
Okay, so I cannot make there on one turn. Is there, because I've meandered around a bit trying to find places to transform myself back into the fox form I'm currently in.
Yes, there are some places for people to relieve themselves, and that are hidden away.
Okay, actually, can I do a perception check to kind of try to perceive now where the noise is coming from more, or is it still just that constant?
No, yeah, you can.
19 again.
19. It is definitely closer. However, you feel as if one thing you notice is that as you were walking away, or the direction you were walking in, it was getting quieter, but it's gotten to a point where no matter, as you're still walking farther away, it's not changing. So whatever it is, you think that it's either moving parallel with you or moving behind you.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just trying to see if there's something I can do here.
And most of the people around are still just way too, huh? And the guards are also just very confused. Oh, Lilia?
Yes?
The torch that you lit is now out again.
Rude.
Do I see Al?
At this point, no, you moved too far away and you wouldn't be able to see Al.
Damn. Do you know what? I'll probably just head to the stage then. Moving with Adria, so I wouldn't move my full the full.
Yeah.
I can do, but yeah, I'm moving close to the stage, and if we get to the stage, she'll probably try and climb up.
Okay, so you get over to the stage, and you're actually close enough now to see Lilia.
Oh, hey, Lilia.
Since she was over there near the musicians already.
That makes a lot of sense.
Sheba and Sasumi. Sasumi is not going to do anything. She is going to stay where she is and just keep looking around.
Tuxedos! Don't eat that!
All right.
Don't eat that!
Oh, One sec, hold on. Kind of muting you. Oh, she's
No,
back now.
okay.
Cat, make sure you
So-
mute yourself if you do that.
I don't know how to do that.
Just press the button. So there's a on the bottom left-hand corner. There's a button that says mute,
Oh.
or on the top right of your
Sorry, just so I know how to use technology.
That's a lie.
So, Sheba pulls out his pistol, and while oh, actually, hold on. I have to figure out where Ray is going, because she's still meandering. She heads. You can't. She heads towards one of the corners of the room, where it seems to be a bit quieter.
I remembered something.
What?
Is my ring giving me anything?
Oh, yes.
I forgot about that, and then I had
your ring is setting off alarm bells in your head, and you're getting the impression that definitely whatever is there is close and is getting closer, and it's behind you, or it was behind you. It was heading towards where you came from.
Okay, then could I revise that to her going towards where it was, like kind of following it as best as she can then?
Okay, so rather than going over to Lilia, heading back over.
Yeah, because I realize it now, like, wait a minute, my ring should be giving me feels.
Yes. So you head back over towards the pit, and you still see the prince, the head of the university, and a few other people are still in there, looking around, wondering what's going on.
Okay.
You can now at this point see something floating at about head height in the mist, and just as you do, you see a flash of yellowish light and hear a loud explosion. As Sheba shoots his pistol upwards in the direction Al pointed out, but that's all you hear is just the shot go off.
It probably rings her ears pretty badly too.
It's actually pretty muffled
by
the fog
and
smoke. But at that point, as if everyone has just been woken from their stupor, there are cries and screams all around as Sheba, just after Sheba shoots off his gun. Standing up and drunkenly and in stupors, just running in all directions.
It's probably for the best, Cat, as long as you don't get trampled.
I need Zilvra to make me a perception check.
15?
15. Something swoops down from the ceiling, from up in the ceiling,
Yep,
into the smoke, and seems to go after the pair of the prince and the head of the university. And it just misses.
Oh, thank. Okay, well, I know what I'm going to be
as they
doing
both
next.
stumble down to the ground. It's vaguely humanoid in shape.
Okay.
That's all you can really see with the mist and fog.
All right.
And it swoops back up.
Adria, do you have Gust?
Adria, your turn.
To you, Lilia? Gust?
This would be a perfect time to mention
this would be
that,
the
Adria.
one time where Gust would be like the most important thing ever.
I thought about putting it on, but no.
Do you have any spells that like are wind based that you could?
Also, are you high enough to think about that or think about the other thing?
Zilvra would say this. Like, do you have anything that can help us get rid of the fog? Talking is a free action. I feel like this is Adria as well, just sitting there, like, mentally going through what she can do. yeah, I can actually look through your spell book if I wanted to as well.
Yeah.
I forgot it. I can do that.
I think the closest thing I have is Druidcraft, which can do a pop of wind, but I don't think that's gonna help it very much.
Okay, is there anything that you want to do this turn? Zilvra has just gone back to where
She
she
would
came
have
from.
honestly, like, I feel like they would have moved more or less at the same time because she would
Well,
have
here's the thing. Like, you could try and pull her after, but what does Adria want to do?
That's true.
She doesn't know what this stuff is, so like she would go with Zilva. She knows that Shiva has Ray, and they don't know what this is, and it might be better to at least have two people together and not just alone.
Yeah, don't split the party.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're gonna follow her back. Is there any action you want to take on your turn?
I didn't see the thing come out.
No, it moved before you, so you're stumbling along behind her.
Okay. Is there a way that with the bracelets, is there a way that I can hold my dagger?
Yeah, you can draw your dagger.
Okay. She's gonna draw out the dagger and just hold on to it, in case.
I feel like she has like clutched up against her chest, like my dagger.
Okay. So you have the dagger out. Next one to go, Lilia, your turn. You heard a loud crack as Shiva shot his pistol.
I would recognize a gunshot, right?
Oh, yeah.
There.
Yeah, you recognize hearing a gunshot, and everyone around you is panicking and running.
Lola is going to try and make her way towards the
Gunshot?
sound of the gunshot.
Okay. Make me a perception check.
Sorry.
That's 19.
19. Okay, you are able to head towards the sound of the gunshot. And you don't quite make it to actually you would make it to you could just see the pit where you now see Zilvra and Adria standing and a bunch of people who look like they've just fallen over.
I have a question.
Yes?
Can I aim Thunder Wave so it affects upwards instead of like just out from me?
Yes, you can.
I would do that.
Okay. So it's a 15-foot cube.
Let me check. Yep.
Okay. So you thunder wave, and that's actually going to clear a lot of the area around the smoke area as a lot of the smoke is blasted back. It seems to be completely empty, the area you thunder waved into.
Huh.
Al, he's going to look up when he hears all this cacophonous. He rises up above the heights of most people's heads, so he doesn't have to worry about getting hit. Looks and sees you just project this booming thunder, and goes, "It's higher up in the rafters. It looks like a human with wings." But but he's now easily within vision. You can see where he's looking at. While you can't see what he's looking at, you can see the direction he's looking in. And you do remember that he does have a gem of true seeing in his eye. So, Zilvra, your turn.
Okay, so I can only can I see anything aside from?
You can see Al and what he's and the direction he's looking in.
Okay. So Zilver will actually, since she saw them attack the prince, pretty much, or go after them.
Yep.
She's gonna move to there, like to the pretty much to the prince, and
Yep.
kind of try and put herself as a guard, kind of try to guard him as best as she can.
Okay.
She'll bring out her dagger, and I'm going to have a ready action of if one of them come in, she's gonna stab at it.
Okay.
She does not trust throwing a firebolt in here.
Okay. So you're readying an action. Sheba is going. Sasumi is going to move with Lilia and just follow along behind her. She doesn't want to get left alone in the crowd. Actually, Lilia, make me a strength check. And remember, because you are high, you are at disadvantage.
Okay.
Right now.
Disadvantage with a -1. Waiting for that 0.
Fuck off.
Never.
That's 12?
12. So you're able to make it. Sasumi, however, as she's running, gets knocked down by the milling crowds. Sheba, on the other hand, he's able to maintain his feet, sees where Al is looking, and is going to fire off 2 more shots. That's a miss.
So that makes it shots fired.
No, it's shot in the dark.
Yep. Oof.
Is that a
And
fail?
The next one, you hear a muffled explosion come from the gun, and then you just hear as his gun misfires.
Ooh.
Lilia's been through this before.
Zilver has no clue about this, so she just figures it's just a weird sounding gunshot.
Yeah. If you look at the gun, you can actually see the pipe has burst on one side.
Ooh.
Right?
Yeah, he's going to have to fully rebuild it. That was a natural 1.
Oh. See, it's funny, you guys never have let Zilver touch a gun, so she has no clue how they work or anything.
So Sheba is effectively disarmed.
I mean, at least he isn't literally disarmed.
So the figure comes flying down again. And hold on, perception check to see if it does not notice you, Zilvra, in time. Okay. There it is. Okay, you can make an attack of opportunity. You can make your held action as you delayed specifically for this.
That is a 17 on the die, which means it's a 25 to hit.
25 to hit. That's definitely going to hit.
Good. And that. Is this a sneak attack? You said it didn't notice me.
It didn't notice you in time to pull up, but it does see you as it comes in. So it knows you're there, but it didn't know that you were there in time to.
So am I getting
abort the
sneak attack or no?
No sneak attack.
Come on, this is you're forcing me to never get sneak attack now.
You've gotten tons of sneak attack before.
11, 12,
Welcome
13,
to being a
14,
rogue.
15, 16, 17. 17 points of damage.
I only do 17 damage when I don't get sneak attack.
Excuse you, I'm a rogue. I should be doing at least 20 per attack.
Actually, how much of that was lightning?
11 of it.
11, so it only takes 5
God
from
damn
that, and plus the other 6, so it takes 11 overall.
Okay, hey, still 11's better than...
So you slash at it as it comes down, and you see rather than blood coming out of it, this thick black liquid
Ew.
comes out, and it is going to attempt a strength. Actually, it's going to drop something in front. It's going to drop something right at the ground. I need for Zilvra, you to make me a Constitution saving throw.
All right. 23.
Saves. Okay, so you're fine, and it flies up. You're actually going to get another. You're going to get an attack of opportunity against it as it's flying out of your reach now.
All right. That is a 16.
That is going to hit.
Oh, thank God. And that and no, not that one. Oh wait, I have them right there. Wow, I'm dumb. So that is first of all, 8 points of damage for my lightning, and then
Okay, so that's 4.
7 points from my dagger.
So another 11 points of damage. Another
At least I'm
slash,
consistent.
and more of this black liquid has
Good.
come out. This viscous liquid has come out, and you hear it scream off. It flies off back into the shutters.
Does it
Or
in any
into-
particular language or just like a scream of pain?
Scream of pain.
Okay.
Adria, your turn. You just saw. You're standing at the lip. You just saw this thing come flying down, drop what looked like a small bomb that exploded in a shower of pinkish gases, and then fly off. And Zilvra basically took 2 quick slashes at it as it came down, and hit both times.
Yeah. I know
Did
what
I
you-
see it in the area where it went back up into the?
Yeah, you can, if you wish, you can attempt to make an attack or a guess as to where it is.
Ow.
I want to around the area that I saw it go back in. I want to cast Ice Knife at third level and just try
Okay, make an attack roll at disadvantage. Although you already had disadvantage.
So you can't. Luckily, you can't get double disadvantage.
Yeah. Roll 3 dice and choose the lowest one.
I'm looking forward to seeing what dice you have. By the way, Penny, or end up getting. I was gonna say, if you don't have any, you totally need to buy yourself some because I have another set coming. I don't know what they look like because I bought a random set mystery bag, so I'm excited to see.
16.
16?
Mhm.
With disadvantage?
Yeah.
I should
Damn.
give you disadvantage more often.
Yeah, you roll better at disadvantage than
Yeah,
you do with
you
it.
hit.
I got a
You-
nut.
You just went, ooh, and you toss this ice knife up into there. So you hit, roll for damage.
Okay. It needs to make a dex save of 15.
Okay, it does not. And tell me what the cold damage is specifically, as it has resistance.
Oh god, it's resistant to cold and electricity. Probably fire too. Oh wait, These must be
2d6 cold damage.
No, well, tell me what the damage is. Once
It
you roll
gets 7 for piercing and 2 points of cold damage.
Okay, that'll be 1. So okay. Yeah, so you can tell you hit as the ice knife goes up and explodes, and you just hear a meaty thunk as it hits into the target. Lilia,
Yes.
your turn. You just saw this thing zoom right back up into the roof.
How far away is it in the roof?
You can't quite tell. Everything's still smoky.
Okay, but I'm asking, I guess I'll try to Eldritch Blast it.
Okay. Make each of the Eldritch Blasts at disadvantage.
Rip. I guess it would be a disadvantage no matter what, because you're high.
Well, no, she only has disadvantage on ability checks
Ah.
at this point.
So it's not
First
bad.
one is a 25.
With disadvantage?
Yeah, I rolled 2 17s. I don't know
Okay.
what to tell you, my dude. And the second one is an 18.
Okay, both are gonna hit. Roll for damage.
That's 16 points of damage.
16?
Yeah.
Okay. You hear yet again another inarticulate cry of rage and pain. Al's turn. He looks around, sees that no one down here is injured, so he's going to fly up and attempt to attack this thing.
Yes, Al.
Oof, that's only one hit. That's 5, 10, 11. 13 points of damage with all of its resistances. And because he wasn't raging, he was just attacking it. I think that's the lowest he's ever had in one attack at this level. So he bites the thing, and yeah, it's barely injured at this point. Zilvra, your turn.
Okay.
You can no longer see him. You can no longer see Al or the target.
So, again, Zilver is going to... How are the two people I'm kind of guarding?
Both of them seem to be fairly okay.
Okay.
None of them seem to be injured from whatever the thing dropped.
So, for my bonus action,
Yep.
I will... Once I just need to double check for my... I will use my bonus action for cunning action to hide.
Okay.
And so... I'm assuming I'm going to roll stealth.
Yep.
That is a 18.
18. Okay.
And I will then ready another attack when it comes into my range.
Okay. Sheba, seeing Al having flown up there now that his gun is damaged, quickly thrusts it away and just grabs Ray before she can move away, just lifts her up and starts running back to try and find Susumi. Susumi is actually able to regain her feet and makes it over to the party. Oh, actually, does she survival roll? Nope. She runs off in what she thinks is the right direction and instead heads north instead of south.
Aw.
The creature that Al's fighting seems to waver, disappear in front of him, and is gone. Yep. Okay. Yeah, it is gone. Al floats back down to you guys. So you are actually now out of combat.
All right. So Zilver will immediately move down to check on the other two, like the two people she's been protecting.
So one of them, so the prince just seems to be dazed as he had dove to the ground, and he's got a small bruise on his head right there, whereas the head of the university seems to just be shaken up.
Okay. So no injuries that I need to.
No real injuries.
Okay, that's good. All right, so she'll kind of offer her hand to help them up.
Okay. So yeah, they take the hand and are willing to be helped up. So so as they look around, the flames, the mist seems to start dying away, and the flames on the torches come back on.
Also, while we're at this, while we're kind of like getting that, I don't have any bottles or anything. I was gonna see if I can try to collect some of the goo.
You can just take a close look at it right now.
All right, I'll take a close look at it right now. I'm not touching. Oh, I'm gonna be very clear with this. Not touching it with my hands. I'm gonna use my dagger.
Okay.
I'm
Make
not
an
touching.
Arcana check.
Oh God.
Well, it's on your dagger.
I know. Oh God, I'm not that good at this. Hey, I said okay. 18.
18. This is Demon Ichor. Wait,
Ooh.
hold on.
Ichor?
It's
Ichor?
Fiend Ichor.
Ooh, no. Oh no.
Oh, no.
Judging by size, would I know what monster it would be?
That would be another Arcana or that would be an Arcana or Religion check.
I mean, they're both the exact same, I think, for me. Yeah, they're both a +2. That is a 16.
16.
Oh.
There are plenty of human-sized fiends.
It was Norris.
How dare!
Wait, Norris doesn't have wings. It was old, it was Yanthi from the future.
I can't see.
I mean, hey, she did keep us hostage, so.
So
But yeah,
that's actually where we're going to end it. The party itself, like the guards are starting to move people out. The prince's personal guards move in from the edges because they were trying to make their way to him in the rush of people, but they quickly move him away. And the head of the university kind of stumbles out with you guys.
All right, and yeah,
And
Zilver would
ends up actually catching a ride home. So you guys drop him off at his place before heading back to yours.
All right, perfect, and that's where we'll end tonight.
Yep.
All right, well,
Thank you all for watching.
thanks everyone for watching, and we'll see you next week with a special guest,
Yep.
aka
Bye.
my girlfriend. Bye.
Night.
Bye.